It's me. It's DDP. Self-high-five.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our little corner of the internet, and welcome back to the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast. Today is going to be a very special episode for a multitude of reasons. But I guess the main being that we have a guest on the show. Would you like to introduce yourself, Mr. Guest?
What, Mr. Guest? It's me, that THIEF.
Yeah.
Hey, what's good? You know what I'm saying? I'm here with my boy Marquis, my boy Andrew from the Discord. It's me, known as Thief. You know what I'm saying? One of easily top 7 most toxic dudes in the whole server. And I'm here to be toxic on the platform also.
Yeah. This whole podcast, I mean, I know that a lot of the episodes that I've done, a lot of the episodes that Nick and Andrew and I have done, they have been episodes to pop the boys. But this episode specifically will be an entire episode just for popping the boys. I mean, there is only a small number of people that actually know who you are or like what
you are
anything, or like what you
What I
are,
am.
like anything that is about to
Yeah, you jabroni
transpire on
piece
the
of fucking trash.
So this will certainly be an episode for the boys, and hopefully the boys listen. Gonna send this to as many boys as I can for sure.
More boys are coming.
Wait, what?
What? Excuse what? But yeah, so hopefully this will be a good show, and I don't regret it, and you don't actually try and get us too canceled. But you know,
Yeah, I'm watching you with both my eyeballs.
It is
Bro.
what it is.
Balls, what?
Balls, what?
So anyway,
Testicles.
everyone, this show, this week, this episode, we will be reviewing TNA, of course. Should I go ahead? I'm talking to you, fellas. Should I go ahead and introduce the other show, or should I just?
No, make it a surprise. Make it a surprise.
Talk to us, fella. Yeah, I guess. Well, depends. Are we gonna title this one?
Do you want to title it?
Shit, I gave you the title earlier.
I mean, yeah, but like I told you, long titles don't really work very well in SEO.
It's on the channel no matter what, right?
True. That is very true. Let's just leave it a surprise. I think this is the
All right, you know what?
This is
I'll
pretty
let you have this one just because this one is very odd compared to what we normally talk about.
This is pretty out of element, so I would I think it's best to keep it a surprise. But aside from that surprise, this week we're going to be reviewing TNA Impact, the March 11th, 2005 edition. So, do you fellas have anything to say, or do you want to just go ahead and hop right on into it?
Do you wanna plug all your shit first?
Who, me? I don't got nothing to plug, but I will say this. I will say this.
What you gotta say?
Fuck Billy Gunn.
Oh, that's true, but we'll talk about that soon.
We're true, but we will talk about that soon. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and plug the socials so you guys can find the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Owl, I think was a fucking shit I saw online.
Literally anywhere you find a podcast, you will find us, I promise.
There are plenty of places I've never even heard of to find this podcast.
The
analytics that we don't even see.
Yeah,
analytics that we don't even see. So, you can find this podcast pretty much anywhere, and you can also follow the podcast on Twitter at TLProwrestPod. That is TLPROWRESPOD. And what else is there? Oh yeah, go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review.
I said it last
really-
week. I'm gonna say it again. Leave a 5-star. I'm gonna come and tickle your feet.
Yes, indeed. It really
Word.
helps the pod, helps us move up all the engagement and everything.
It's
It
free
really
and
helps.
it's easy, and you don't even. I don't think you even need an iPhone to do it. Either. You just go on the clickety clack on
You
your
don't?
Google machine. Go on your
Click.
Google machine real quick. Clickety clack, right? Go to
Bow.
the podcast. Was it like iTunes? Go to the podcast
Yep.
section. Search us up. Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Pod. Drop a 5-star frog splash review on that some bitch and turn it sideways and shove it up your candy ass.
Candy ass. Do it for me.
And
I'm a
if you
guest.
and if you are on just an Apple device, iTunes and Apple Podcasts have been split. So you don't even have to go to iTunes. You can go straight to the Apple app or the podcasting app via Apple and do that shit right then and there. And
And
that
you
will
better
be
because
lovely.
I'm gonna be mad if you don't.
And one last thing I would like to say is that we've had an incredible amount of growth over the past really 2 weeks, but the
Oh
last week
yeah, dude.
especially.
Holy shit.
Growth.
The last week has been absolutely insane. We have added what, probably a quarter
Of our
percent of
total, yeah, like a
yeah,
quarter of our total viewership in the last
yeah,
week by itself,
yeah,
which is
right.
absolutely fucking nuts.
We got damn near 50 listens in the last week,
Something like
so
that. It was crazy,
it's
crazy.
absolutely
Wow.
insane. Just right, all the support, everything from everyone is just absolutely appreciated, and that's excluding the YouTube analytics. I'm just talking
Yeah, YouTube don't even get
typically
counted
the
in this.
podcast stuff.
YouTube's all on its own.
Right. In total, we're well over 300 like total listeners. Uh, we're 38 listens away from 200 total listens on the podcast alone. So
Mhm.
that is just absolutely incredible, and I have to thank everyone for that. I see you, my European fellows. I appreciate
Yeah,
you.
I see some of your bruvs over there.
Shout out to
Bro.
Germany and Ireland and whoever that is in the UK listener. All right, Andrew, you got anything you want to plug before we hop
Yeah,
on into it?
yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Nene Sama. That's NAENAESAMA. You know, like the dance move. That's what people call me these days. I've been getting called since high school. Also, you can check me out on twitch.tv/Nene Sama, spelled the same way, NAENAESAMA. I usually stream garbage. Among Us, Fall Guys, anime stuff, fighting games, wherever the wind takes me, you know. Sometimes some Minecraft with some boys. You know how it is. I
Indeed.
keep it tight. I'm there Monday,
Tight.
Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday nights, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Saturday nights, we're going late night. It's 8 to 12 p.m. EST for your boys.
So some long streams, long.
4 hours every time, brother.
Exactly. So there's plenty opportunity to hop into a stream and say hello.
Tons of
Even
tons of
if
content right on your dome piece.
even if
Right on
it's
the
just
dome.
to fucking pop his numbers and help him fucking
Or just bully me in chat. That's okay too.
yeah, or if it's like to help him get verified or whatever the fuck, just help the boy
Yeah,
out,
yeah. Come help your boy. You know, I'm trying to get affiliated, trying to get partnered, trying to.
Right.
You know, I don't want to work this 9 to 5 shit ever again. So
Sure, who you telling?
you.
Yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and hop right on into this TNA episode.
Boy. Like, can we just start off by saying, like, that video package? First of all, if I had any doubts that I was in 2005, it quickly was gone within the first 3 minutes before the show even came on. But
Yeah.
that video package, that shit was sick. I'm not even gonna lie. Dusty Rhodes hit the "Don't you ever."
Man was kind of heated. He said,
He
"Don't touch
was
my
heated,
fucking
bro.
hat, you bitch."
Yeah, I mean, it was a video package hyping up Jeff Jarrett fighting DDP in 2005. So
Yes, in
I mean,
2005. Yes.
it did what it had to do. That video package, it was sick. I ain't even gonna lie, and I forgot like that the intro to Impact, like with all the, it had the little, you know what I'm saying, early 2000s silhouette crowd at the bottom jumping up, like,
Oh yeah.
bro, I'm not even gonna lie, that shit was sick. I got love for that early TNA
Oh,
intro.
for sure, for sure. I wouldn't have love for all this early teenage shit. Like I wouldn't be doing this pod if I didn't have love for it, for better or for worse.
Facts, bro. Especially since I was like 4 and I wasn't even watching TNA back then.
I mean, facts. I was also 4 when this was happening. Just making that known since I turned 20 this month.
What?
What?
So in 2005, I've been 7. So yeah, I'd have been watching TNA by this point. I just started actually, and
7.
TNA was my foray into a lot of more independent wrestling. I mean, I'd watched like some independent stuff before, but it was like my real. This is when I saw like a whole other side of just wrestling that wasn't just the shit that Vince was doing. And
You want to see a
2000,
whole other side of wrestling? Let's watch Crown Jewel.
let's
Nah,
not
we
let's
said
not do that.
we
Actually,
said hell no to that one.
let's not do that.
No, no, sir.
Blood Money.
We don't.
What?
Blood
Yeah,
money.
we don't fuck with those blood money shows on this pod. Sorry.
No, sir. I haven't. I watched the Greatest Royal Rumble, and that was it.
Was that the first one? Whichever the
Yeah,
first Saudi
that
show
was the
was.
that was
Okay.
that was the first one before shit got really bad, and I said, you know what? Nah.
No, shit was really bad then when they tried to tell me, oh, look at the beautiful progressive city of, what was it, Jeddah, I think is at the
Yeah,
time?
Jeddah and Riyadh.
Yeah, bro, like, let's not. Let's just not.
Let's not.
All
I
right.
watched Shawn
Anyways,
Michaels
Yeah,
go for a moonsault.
back to the
back
topic
to
at hand.
Impact Wrestling. We
Right,
Let's
had
talk about
right.
some
the
positive.
opening match was Abyss and Raven versus Cassidy Riley and Mikey Batts. And to be fair, Abyss and Raven as a team absolutely fucks.
It does.
Facts.
They could not work together, of course, because
Their
I mean,
heels.
teams in general is like a big thing in TNA. I don't know why teams never seem to be able to work together unless they're like fucking AMW, who's been together for like 5 years at this point, or Team Canada, who are Canadians, shit like that. If it's someone like Abyss and Raven, or this also happened a lot with a lot of wrestlers and managers. So like later down the line, Robert Roode will get with Gail Kim, and it'll look.
That makes no sense.
They're both
What?
Canadian
I mean, yeah, but like, why?
Like
because
why?
they're both Canadian.
Okay.
I genuinely couldn't think of any other reason, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, so like the very first move of this match is Abyss doing a gorilla press slam that almost kills Mikey. Like he almost spikes this dude's face into the mat.
I actually, you
Like-
know what? You warned me before I watched this show that I was gonna scream at this. I fucking did. I
See,
audibly
and that
yelled
wasn't
out-
even
I
the spot
yelled
I was
out.
talking about.
I literally yelled out, "Holy fuck!"
See, and that wasn't even the spot I was talking about. So yeah, like the first move of this match is a gorilla press slam, and Abyss almost kills this guy.
Yeah, like he just
Um,
eats shit on
Yeah,
his face.
so let's be real, the faces basically didn't really get any offense. So
No.
Raven, he's
Not
doing like a
necessarily
Russian.
True.
Okay,
I mean,
they sort of
Cassidy.
got
I mean,
offense.
Cassidy
got-
Riley went for the
yeah.
comeback. He got a little shine on Abyss and Raven, and then they said, "Drop kick." Shut up.
Slow it
Can
down.
you even call that shine? It was more of just a hope spot.
It was a little shine. They gave him
I
a little bit.
guess.
They gave him
I-
a modicum of shine. You know.
Yeah, they gave him a crumb of
Yeah,
shine.
this had a whole ass crumb.
So yeah, Raven's just doing like Russian things, like the turnbuckle and the guardrail onto Bats. And then I said Riley was showing some nice fire with a hope spot that got snuffed out very quickly. very quickly. Like he got probably 4 or 5 punches in on Abyss, and then Raven turned him around, and then he got a punch on Raven, and then Abyss destroyed him.
Yeah, Black Hole Slam. That finished that whole thing up. Immediately after
Hold
Jeff
on,
Hardy.
hold on. You're skipping.
Wait.
You're skipping. Hold on.
What am I
Can we-
skipping?
Can
Hold
I please bring up this dude, Mikey, getting tossed out the ring?
Right. Like
Like-
how
I
can
thought
you...
that's what you just talked about when the dude fucking died. That's what I was
No.
talking about when
No,
I said
no,
I
no,
screamed,
no,
"Oh
that was-
fuck!" You said Gorilla
No.
Press. That's what I remembered.
There were 2 in this match.
Oh, what
The
the
very
fuck? That's the one I
first
thought you were
move-
talking about.
The very first move in the match was a Gorilla Press Slam where Abyss almost spiked this dude's face into the mat.
Oh, I don't even remember that. I
Second
was thinking about
one-
the time where he almost fucking killed a
The
guy.
second one, yeah.
Yeah,
when
that's
he
what I was
almost killed
talking
the guy.
about. I didn't know what the fuck. What the fuck? I was talking about this one the first time.
Yeah, so Illegal Man Syndrome, as you know, Raven beats Riley up and he attempts crossbody onto Abyss. And then that's when Abyss hoists this dude over his fucking head. This Abyss is like 6'8". A wrestling ring is usually about like 4 feet off the ground. So this dude is like 10, 11 feet in the air.
He's like 20 feet in the air.
And yeah, you gotta kayfabe it. This dude is like 20 feet in the air, and he just fucking tosses this dude from the ring to the floor. He just barely hit the little tiny padding on the outside, but he mostly hit concrete.
The half
It
inch
looked
of
like-
padding on the floor.
It
Yeah.
looked like he broke his arm. He crumbled into a pile and didn't move. And then so Riley comes back in. Abyss puts him up for the shock treatment, but he fights out of it. And then he hits the rope, boom, Black Hole Slam. And while that's happening, for some reason, Raven has this dead man in an ankle lock while Abyss is destroying Riley. And yeah, that's
He was
that.
he was preventing the Jacob Cass cell.
And just get right back up.
Just get up.
Right.
Forehead. Just get up.
TNA fucking rules.
All right. So after the match actually ends, Jeff Hardy appears on the screen and just keeps saying, "Hey, Abyss.
Hey, Abyss.
Hey, Abyss, come find me. Hey, Abyss.
You don't scare
come
me.
Find me.
You don't scare me.
You bitch."
Right.
Then Abyss
Bro,
just
in
runs
my
to the
notes-
back and we never see them again.
Bro, in my notes, I literally wrote down Jeff Hardy and then a bunch of question marks. Like I just don't know what else.
Jeff
The
Hardy.
man comes on the
Hardy?
Tron. Hey, Abyss.
Peroxygen. What? Peroxygen. What? That's my favorite band.
Dumbest name.
Bro, man comes on the Tron. Hey, Abyss. Hey, come find me. You don't scare me, you fat piece of shit. Come on. Find me. Abyss takes off, runs to the back, and then we just never hear anything else about this segment for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
what
cool.
the- Like, what the fuck? How are you gonna build an opening segment like this and then never follow up on it?
Cool.
Oh, we'll see you Sunday, kids.
That's it. I mean, at least they fucking did something, right? I mean, it's better than
I mean,
WWE that
Shit, I guess, but
they will make an entire storyline the Friday before the pay-per-view on a Sunday. Like,
they'll announce, they'll have 2 matches announced for a card and then tweet out the other like 6 the night of.
night of? You mean an hour before? Fuck.
Yes. Yeah, so on the kickoff, we've got Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro.
Hmm.
Okay.
Anyway.
Cool.
Sure. Speaking of cool, Mike Tenay in the ring introduces Jeff Jarrett with the most ridiculous amount of pomp and circumstance I have ever seen anyone give Jeff Jarrett. This dude literally said this man is the longest reigning NWA heavyweight champion in the 3 years of TNA's history. He is the ruler of Planet Jarrett. He is the man who fucked my mom. Jeff Jarrett.
He said Jarrett has been a champion, or no, I think it's Jarrett who said it himself, but Jarrett has been a champion since June of 2004, and this is March of 2005. So
and the end is nowhere near in sight.
He's been NWA World's Champion for quite a while.
Bro, this man came out, pyro, the suit,
pyro on the guitar.
Guitar in one hand, title in another hand. All
Speaking
for
of
a
pyro,
promo.
I can't even believe I didn't mention the building exploded at the fucking beginning of this show.
Well, that's what they do every week. It's ridiculous.
I know,
They
but
got
they
more
can never
pyro now.
afford it.
They got
And I
more
don't
pyro.
understand it.
They had more pyro in the opening of the show than the Fed had up until the Thunderdome,
True.
and that's a fact.
That is, and that's
I will get my team of
an
scientists
actual
on
fact,
this to
yeah.
get actual legitimate calculations regarding this. I guarantee you that there is more units of explosive pyrotechnics on this show than the WWE have used outside of WrestleMania in the last 5 years.
So Jarrett is cutting an in-ring promo, and he says TNA is being run by corrupt management, and then he very quickly
Basically him.
says TNA is being run by a corrupt director of authority, Dusty Rhodes. Like, yeah, there we go.
Almost like everyone in the crowd knows who the actual management of this
Right.
company is.
Yeah, so
I'm pretty sure I saw somebody in the crowd go, "You mean you?"
probably I wouldn't be fucking surprised. So, do you guys did you guys take any specific notes about this? Because
Yeah, I
didn't.
can. I took
Yes.
a ton of notes. He
Oh,
basically
you guys
says,
got it.
Dusty's been trying to take the NWA World's Championship off of him for God knows how long. He then calls the fans in attendance slap nuts,
Mhm.
which I popped pretty hard for that. And then he says that DDP keeps saying it's time when he's actually out of time because he's gonna rocket his jabroni ass off of planet Jarrett.
Okay, that was actually
Kind of
a
hot.
pretty good line. Yeah, that was kind of
That
hot.
was pretty solid. I'll give Jarrett that. That was a hot promo right there.
Bro, DDP comes out, right? He comes out the crowd, by the way. Like he's not on the stage. He's not like the man's
Yeah,
literally
he
standing.
He does this every week. Every week,
Yeah,
DDP's
he does
on
his
the crowd.
entrance to his fucked song.
Oh, yeah, hold on. All right, so Thief, let me talk to you. Let me hit you with some facts real quick, right?
Hit me.
This song, this knockoff garbage version of Smells Like Teen Spirit, is it not one of the worst knockoff theme songs you've ever heard in your entire life?
You mean besides the Outlaws? Yeah, it's pretty fucking terrible.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah, that was
So
atrocious.
DDP does the thing. He tells Jarrett to shut the hell up.
He calls him a monkey too.
Yeah,
But
yeah. The
I
first
guess
thing
he
he
thought
does, the first thing he
he
does
might
is
have
say, "Shut the hell
thought,
up," and then he says, "Hey, monkey, this way." I was
"Hey,
like,
monkey."
damn.
I guess he thought Monty Brown was in the crowd, but like that was not until the main event. Man goes.
No,
Man goes.
not Monty Brown.
Money's
Man,
too.
I can make that joke, by the way. I'm black.
Anybody else.
For all the viewers, I can make that joke. I promise I'm not racist. But I just had to throw that one in. Man goes, tells him to shut the hell up. Jeff Jarrett and DDP then, like, they proceed to interrupt each other twice and then pause. And then DDP keeps cutting his promo. And and like it honestly went downhill after Jeff Jarrett said he was going to rocket my man's off of Planet Jarrett. It just went downhill fast after that. Like
Yeah.
it was
DDP
like
really
a
came out
roller
and fucked up
coaster.
the whole mojo, huh?
Yeah, like he killed the whole vibe, bro.
Man
He
came
kept
out, said,
saying
shut up, shut up, shut up.
he ran
Like
that
DDP,
time thing to the fucking ground. I was like, "Are we gonna get this over?" Like he said it like 5 times, and like by the third, I was like, "Okay." And he kept doing it. I was like, "What? What? Wait, what?"
Yo, I cannot wait for DDP
Rule
to
of threes.
fucking lose this match at the pay-per-view. Oh my god. I don't have to hear it's time anymore.
Yeah,
Which it's not even Vader. What the fuck, dude? That's copyright.
Yeah,
That's
every
a
time he
gimmick
said that, I
infringement.
could only
I think
think
of
of Vader.
Vader.
So it's like,
I'm like, it's Vader time, not DDP. I'm doing yoga. Look at me, Jarrett. You cost me millions of dollars. You piece of trash. Like, okay, millions,
millions.
millions. I don't know that. Promo finishes up and DDP kisses some random little girl in the crowd, and I thought that was pretty weird.
No, he kissed a baby. That
Well,
someone
it
holding a baby.
was. I don't think that was a baby. That looked like a 4-year-old girl.
Are you sure? Because I swear I saw somebody holding a baby.
I'm almost positive that girl was like 3 or 4. She had hair.
Okay,
Regardless,
well,
it was kind of weird.
yeah. he gave the fucking microphone to a fan at some point so he could do the bang, so he could do the fucking
okay.
diamond. And I didn't see him actually grab the microphone back from that fan. So.
I'm sure one of the ring boys were like, "Oh hell no!"
Oh yeah, we only got like fucking 3 of those. You can't lose that.
Yeah, for true. They can't buy another one. Comes out of Jarrett's pocket.
All right, so after that, there was Michael Shane asking Trinity and Tracy to pencil him in with a meeting, and then he said, "Put down Matt Bentley wanted to speak for him." I was like, "That's not even his name yet. Kayfabe, bro. He's not going by Matt Bentley yet. I don't.
What the hell?
Michael Shane, unless they just randomly changed his name like they did Dallas to Lance Hoyt, then."
Oh yeah, what the fuck? I just remembered that. What the fuck?
I mean, it's very possible. So, I mean, I know he ends up going by Matt Bentley, but as far as I'm concerned, right now he's still Michael Shane. So,
I mean, in this segment, Trinity and Tracy pretty much jobber the shit out of this guy.
oh yeah, they just jabroni this.
He jabroni the shit out of this guy.
What a
like,
nerd.
Like, you want to speak with Dusty? Get in the back of the line. You.
What makes it even worse? What makes it even worse is that he's like, Tracy, we go way back on a personal level and on a professional level. It's like, damn, this is your friend, and she's
Who are you?
jabroning you out like this.
Yeah,
Like,
bro, who are you?
how
Make this
do
man
your
a
enemies
buster.
treat you? Like, holy shit. So that happens, and then next we get Christopher Daniels versus Chris Sabin with AJ Styles on commentary.
Finally, some
Match of
real
the night.
wrestling.
Some real wrestling, yeah. Yeah, match of the night.
For the 3
doubt
minutes it went.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have too many notes. One of my notes is that like they're just
Christopher
doing
Daniels went, hit a springboard crossbody, and then Chris Sabin said nah, and then drop kicked him out of
yeah, he
midair.
drop kicked him like right in the ribs. Yeah. So like one of the notes that they didn't really do anything necessarily flashy or groundbreaking, but everything that they did do looked technically sound and pretty crisp. So, you know, I can respect that.
Here's the main thing I read about this match. The ropes were squeaking, and oh my god, I could not get my mind off of it.
Oh, I didn't even notice, and I'm glad I didn't notice.
Every time they hit the ropes in this match, I'm not sure if I don't remember if it continued after this match, but during this one specific match, these ropes were squeaking every time one of these dudes hit the ropes, and I just wanted to like tear my eyes out and just rip my ears off and die.
I didn't even notice. I'm glad I didn't notice because when I noticed it last week, that shit killed me.
Yeah, well,
Bro,
I'm the one who noticed it this week.
Am I the only one who like was not messing with the finish of this match? Like, I don't know if I was like I'm pretty sure I wasn't drunk. Like, the finish just didn't resonate at all. Like,
okay, so I actually didn't mind the finish. Okay, so let's. Okay, so Daniel does an STO, attempts to BME. Sabin moves. He goes for a pin. Blah blah blah. And then Sabin, he will go into the finish. He attempts the cradle shock, but so Sabin, he's twisting toward the hard cam, which causes the ref to have to duck out of the way of Christopher Daniels'
yeah,
leg while Sabin has him up in a fireman's carry, and the ref like ducks and turns his back. So as the ref is turning his back, Daniels grabs the ref's shirt while on Sabin's shoulders and
then like
pulls him towards the ref.
Yeah.
So like, I actually did not. I like that. I'm not even gonna lie. I like that. I liked that finish. I just thought it was.
Bro,
If you're okay, so I don't know. Okay, you haven't been watching a whole lot of TNA recently.
Not recently.
This is one of the better finishes recently. That's for sure.
Not even. This is just one of the better like ways to get a ref to not directly see the cheating. Like, and that's why I like so. Grading on a curve.
We know about the cheating.
And there's even a fucking point later that I'll talk about. So, I mean, granted, I'm grading on a curve. So, but this, as far as what I've seen comparatively, I liked this finish because it made sense. That's why I liked it.
I guess I just wasn't like. I guess the reason, like, there was just something about it that just looked like maybe I wasn't expecting it, or maybe like I don't know. But like when I just watched it, I was like, wait, huh? Like I thought I guess I'm just used to like goofier shit than that. So like
Yeah,
when I see something like that, like it made sense, in case the ref had his back turned, so he pulls him. It was smart. It made
it was
sense,
smart. Yeah,
but I'm not used to like old TNA and old WWE finishes with the ref making sense. So I was like, oh,
true.
Well, look here. Most of the time, they don't.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm telling
Especially
you, I
here,
have
we had
the
a.
next match. So
I mean, we had a whole segment on what was it, like 2 episodes ago, where I was just I was pissing and moaning and griping about the abhorrent
it's bad.
officiating, top to bottom on Impact, on the what was
So
it,
bad.
like the first episode of March 2005 of Impact. I was like,
Yeah,
bro, this shit needs to be fixed immediately.
I mean, we ranted for like
20
it
felt
for
like it felt like 20 minutes. I was just
it felt
pissing and
like
moaning
I
about it.
mean, it was at least 10. I feel because fuck, bro, the refs were garbage. Just the third
I mean,
worst.
look,
Garbage.
when commentary, when Don West himself says on commentary on national television, these refs need to start doing a better job. Like, bro, there's something wrong here. So I will say this finish made at least kind of some sense compared to 2 weeks ago, where it was just nothing but incessant cheating and bullshit and fuckery.
Yeah.
that's for true.
So after that ref cheating thing with Daniels, he gets down from the fireman's carry and then he hits the Angel's wings and wins. And he fucking plant Sabin with his Angel's wings too.
Angel's
Uh,
Wing is sick, bro. That finisher
it's
ruled.
such a good move. Such a good move.
You know what this finish reminded me of?
What?
Minus Daniels cheating. This reminded me of every John Cena match during the US Open Challenge. Guy goes, opponent goes for the finish. Cena gets out, does his, and wins. LOL. Every
Bro,
time.
I
Every
mean, well, that
time.
was John Cena matches, comma general. So
John Cena, the greatest of all time, bro.
That's for
That's
true. He gets out of
that's
your
a
finish
statement.
and then hits you with his.
Yeah, like that's
Like, I'm
why
not
doesn't
taking
every
that.
wrestler do that?
You know what? That's a
I
good
mean,
question.
he was a company man and he made a lot. Hey, it is what it is. And now he's doing bigger and better things. Although I fucking read recently that there's rumblings of him making a wrestling return, which
Who Jimothy Cena?
yeah,
Vince
I,
threw the
I,
bag at him.
Look, he can
I feel like
go
he's way
he
too
can
smart to know to not come back during COVID. But then again, WrestleMania. So
well, the way I see it, man's better off making Suicide Squad for the rest of his life than whatever this is. I mean, wasn't John Cena also uh uh, Vin Diesel's brother in like the new Fast and Furious movie or some shit?
bro, I gave up after like Fast Five. I couldn't tell you.
I watched whatever the last one with Paul Walker was, and I think I almost cried at the end. And after that, I was like, you know what? That's it. That's how it ends, and I don't care what they tell me.
That's fair. So close into commercial break, and Conan K Dog, he stops the outlaw, and Conan, he's throwing in some pretty good jabs in there, saying a lot of shit. You know,
Bro.
Conan Conan saying stuff like, so
Bro, Conan was
before
popping
I even say the
shit.
jab, before I even say the jabs, one of the first, so Conan starts speaking Spanish.
Speak
First thing out of
English.
Billy Gunn's mouth, speak English. I don't speak that crap, bro.
I don't speak
Like,
that crap language.
like,
Like,
bro, come on
bro,
now.
My man was feeling racist.
the outlaw
He
was
was
ahead of his time.
feeling hella racist, bro.
He
Okay,
said, "Don't you speak that Spanish crap in my country. We speak American here."
So yeah, Conan just throwing out some good jabs, and like he was saying that he's more than Conan, or he's saying he's more man than the outlaw. Like, just can't really stack up to him, and then
Oh,
he's
Marquis,
like,
don't forget, bro. Don't forget. You think you're
oh,
tough looking down
I
on me? Yeah,
yeah,
because you're
what? Because you're
short.
short? Yeah, I was just about to, yeah. I was just about to go into like, bro. And then Conan says, "What? You call yourself the outlaw? I'll eat you up like some coleslaw."
Coleslaw. Oh my god, bro. Let me tell you right now. I literally leaned back all the way in my chair after he said that, and all I could say was, "Bruh,
Moments before.
why did you say that?"
And then after he says coleslaw,
I had flashbacks to suffering succotash son after that one. I was like, "Bro,
okay,
no."
but that wasn't even terrible, right? Because after he says coleslaw, the outlaw is like, "Oh yeah, I bet you're gonna be eating some tacos and burritos."
Yeah, back on that racism beat.
What? What?
Bro, what is
Oh
this?
my god, man's gonna go drive by a kid in like
Bro,
10 years,
The
whatever.
outlaw. This man was ahead of his time. He'd fit right in 2020, bro. I'm telling you,
To be
bro.
fair, we can't pretend like 2005 is much different. I mean, if anything, it was worse.
That's it. Just depends. Kinda. It just depends, bro.
Okay, so imagine Billy. Okay, imagine the outlaw doing his man gimmick in 2005 Florida.
Oh, he would have got
Bro.
he would have gotten dude, he would have gotten so many boos. Like, oh, you I'm
You
not,
gamer.
You
You
maggot
gamer were-
with a hard F. You.
yeah, you maggot with a hard F. That's for true. Yeah. You'd be hearing that. That's for sure.
Yeah. So like,
See now we can run that gimmick perfectly now, and everyone's gonna cheer because everyone loves ass.
yeah, everyone loves ass.
Bro, he'd be a role model.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say like Billy Gunn ain't got cake. I'm not gonna act like he don't. But in
I mean,
2005,
yeah,
I mean, hey, he's called the Ass Man for a reason. But in
true.
2005, no, I was better off not doing it.
Tacos, burritos.
What?
Different time, different era. Boom,
Different era. Boom, boom.
boom. All right, so
Sonny Siaki and the
mhm.
Outlaw. This went
Outlaw
like
with his
half a
god
second.
awful, absolutely abhorrent ripoff of the Ass Man theme. Like it
Yeah,
was
I
like
was thinking this was like
it was the
this was
same
dangerously close.
it was like the
The
same
Outlaw.
riff, but
One note changed.
objectively terrible. Whatever they did extra to it just made it so much worse, and it
There's
was
no
just an instrumental.
there's
He's the
no
Outlaw,
lyrics
man.
saying that he's the Ass Man. Bah, bah.
No.
And that's what it's missing, you know?
Yeah. So
The
like,
bro.
if Billy Gunn's theme says "I'm an ass man,"
Bam,
dude,
bam, bam.
this theme was like, well, they didn't say ass man, but it was like, ding, ding, like it was like just a little to
Yeah,
avoid
they went from
being too
they went from the major scale to the minor scale.
right, just like a
That's what they did. They
little
said
too,
we're gonna make this note higher.
right.
Oh,
They
commentary also. They also made a note to since we're talking about Billy Gunn and the Ass Man. They also made a note to some dissension amongst BG James and the boys.
oh yeah, they
Because the man was
did,
like,
yeah,
bro,
because
what were you talking to him
yeah.
about, bro? You know, like a jealous girlfriend, bro. Or what are you talking to him about, bro? What are you doing? And commentary
Conan.
played off of the fact that they not BG and Conad, that BG and the Outlaw.
Mhm.
What a fucking terrible name, by the way.
No,
The Outlaw sucks like that.
Well, they
Well,
called
they
him.
first come the New Age Outlaw, and that shit
Yeah, like
really
straight up
sucked.
copyright. Like straight up. I'm sure WWE hit that season desist real quick because
They literally called him the New Age Outlaw.
Right.
Holy shit.
And then they even said like like when he first like they called him the New Age Outlaw, but when he first debuted, he was like, oh, he's part of the group formerly known as the New Age Outlaws and
This guy's a
the
former
group
WWE
formerly
Tag
known
Team
as D
champion.
Generation
What
X.
the
I'm like,
fuck?
oh, bro, it's just so bush league.
Stop mentioning the Fed. It makes you look like jabronis.
At
That
AEW.
goes for AEW
At
too.
everyone. At fucking everyone. Stop.
Bro.
So
If I hear one more promo about brass rings, I swear to
The
God.
brass ring.
The glass
you
ceiling.
just gotta reach up and grab that bastard.
Listen here, bitch. I don't care. Just wrestle.
So Siaki got in way more offense than I expected, considering this was Billy Gunn's first match in the company.
Yo, Siaki's chops in this match were out of pocket. He was
Bro,
throwing
yeah, like
bombs at this guy. I was like, dude, these are the
I thought
only
Billy
thing.
Gunn was finna shoot on this dude.
The only thing I wrote about this match was that Siaki threw some loud ass chops in this match during his shine before losing.
Yep. So there was this one point, actually, when Siaki was doing the chops. Okay, so Billy Gunn was doing chops first, and I think Siaki, they did a standing switch, and then Siaki started throwing them. Okay, so the ref is in the corner with these dudes. The ref is watching the chops being thrown. He's watching the spot happen. Billy Gunn pokes Sonny Siaki literally, and I'm not using this word as literally in front of the referee's eyes. His hand or his arm was in front of the ref's face as he did this eye poke, and the ref was like, "Huh? What?"
What?
And
What?
then, and that was it. And then they just kept wrestling, and I'm like, here we go.
Just another example of what Don West was talking about.
So Thief, that's exactly why I had such. That's why I liked to finish to the last match, because at least it made sense.
Kinda.
At the very least.
So yeah, Siaki hit a really nice lung blower at. Which was kind of his comeback was pretty short lived, and he got a hope spot in that was immediately cut off with a famouser, and Billy Gunn got the win.
The Outlaw wins, LOL.
Oh yeah, excuse me, the Outlaw.
Yeah, don't
The
you say
Outlaw
that
won.
name, bro. We're gonna get a bro. Don't say that
My
name.
bad. My bad. My
Don't
bad.
you say it. We don't say that name around these parts. We talk about the Outlaw.
The Outlaw, bro. My man.
I'm not used to calling him the Outlaw. It's either Billy Gunn or Kip.
I just put the name down as Kip in my notes most of the time, but I wrote the Outlaw just to pop myself a little bit for this.
I put Outlaw just to be like, just to line up, just so if I ever go back through my notes, I know exactly when shit like Dallas and Lance Hoyt, that name change happened, because that was only within one episode, and they didn't even mention like why he changed his name. So, yeah. So after the famouser, we cut to Nash and Dusty backstage.
They just vibing.
They're just vibing. Yeah, they're kind of
For
talking
real.
nonsense, if I'm being honestly.
They're
And
just talking
then
about
they're
the old
like,
days, brother. Different era. Boom,
yeah.
boom.
And then and then Nash is like, tape fist. And then Dusty's like, tape fist? Cause and effect. The effect of the cause. And then he's
My
like,
man
you
was
thinking what I'm thinking?
Dude, what the fuck?
Right. And he's like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? He's like, so you telling me that you want a first blood match?
Like what the?
And
Okay.
I'm like,
They
how
were-
the fuck did
at
we even
first-
get here?
All right, so
What?
they were talking about cause and effect, but before that, they were talking about how Dusty was like all about that crimson mask, right?
Yeah.
So that's what brought the
Okay.
idea of
Okay.
blood into Dusty's mind was that they were talking about Dusty with the crimson mask back in the you know the I don't know what's like a spot in North Carolina that dudes wrestled at in like the 70s. I don't know.
Fucking
I don't know.
Wherever it was, he had a crimson mask in that building. Okay, and they're
Just say
talking
the Georgia Dome. He was a fucking Georgia wrestler.
Okay, okay. Well, he was in the Georgia Dome, brother. Talking about crimson mask and taped up fists, cause and effect. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Nash basically says, "I want to make this dude bleed." Okay.
Okay, tape fist match.
So the Outlaw,
not a tape fist. First blood. Excuse
the tape fist match. Yo, that
God,
sounds
that'd be
kind of
terrible.
sick.
No, they're not. I reviewed one for the show. Very
Tape
much
fist
sick.
match.
I reviewed one for the person, the same person that recommended the show that we were reviewing later is the same person that fucking recommended a terrible WCW pay per view, and it had a tape fist match, and I'm pretty sure it involved DDP actually.
That's wild.
man.
Yeah.
And
So
the Outlaw and his who's that? His lawyer.
yeah,
They come up and they're like, "Listen here, you prick. We're
this
sick
was
of
also
you."
Jeff Jarrett's
you.
lawyer
True.
from that one time. Yeah.
He pretty much says, "I'm gonna have you arrested for what? I have no idea."
Mm-hmm.
He
And
also
then
says
he
he's gonna
says to
Bro,
Trinity and Tracy,
dude,
And then he says, Trinity Tracy, if you two don't cover up, I'll have
If
you
you don't
arrested
cover up,
for
the man said like
decency.
indecency or
What
like
is that?
lewdness or something
Decency.
like
Like,
that.
bro, it's 2005. They could have been a lot worse.
Honestly,
They didn't
they
even
were wearing
have like
clothes.
nothing all the way out either.
Bro, they didn't
Right,
have a
they
pillow
were
fight.
definitely wearing clothes.
Where's the pillow fight? What? Different era, but
What?
boom.
So yeah,
Then Nash basically says to the outlaw, there are two looks precious to a man: desire in a woman's eyes and fear in a man's. And
I don't
Outlaw,
fear you. I
I'm
hate
not afraid of you. You're stinky.
you.
did you hear the outlaw flub up this line?
Yeah, he fucking botched it, but that's just how
He
it goes.
said, he said, don't mistake. What is it? Don't mistake
The man was like,
fear for hatred or something like that.
don't
Yeah, he was
mistake
supposed to say,
any.
don't mistake hatred for fear, but he said, don't mistake fear for hatred. So that means he is scared.
Well,
Yeah, like he
I mean,
just proved his point.
to be fair, if I were in front of Big Daddy Cool Guy Sexy Man, I'd be fucking terrified.
Okay, a little bit, but
I
let's
mean,
also not
to be,
forget.
I
Let's
mean,
also not pretend that the outlaw isn't a big fucking dude. The guy is massive, as evident by him fucking dwarfing the AEW roster nowadays.
yeah, but I mean, if I were, to be fair, if I were in a situation with Kevin Nash in like a dark alley, I'd just go for the quads. Just kick him in the knee
Take
or
the
something.
knees out.
Yeah, just kick him in the
Yeah.
knee or
I
something. He's
mean, Nash did used to be a bouncer, so I'm sure he fucking would like goozle you and just throw you into a wall or something.
Look, brother, I'm gonna kick this man straight in the kneecap with my pointer toe. You know, pop! I'm gonna blow his whole shit up.
He's just go crumple.
Right.
Like,
Like that one time when he fucking was going for the tag. Oh.
Oh my gosh, bro.
How do you fucking tear your quad going to tag somebody? I'm like, I don't even know how you do
How
that.
do you-
He just straight up crumpled. He fell straight to the mat.
Are you talking about him falling straight to the mat off the top of the cell versus Jacob Aries? Yeah, I remember that too, bro.
Yeah.
Starcade.
In 2011 or shit, there was like 3 time skips, so it was probably like it was
2014.
really like 2014 by that. But
We didn't get any of the Yes movement.
no,
We didn't get any Summer of
we didn't
Punk.
get to see CM. Yeah, we didn't get Summer of Punk or to see Punk leave. No, that one
We saw
thing
Sheamus,
lasted.
we saw Triple H, and we saw Austin Aries.
Yeah, but we also got definitive proof that the WMD is stronger than the bro kick. That was
Bro,
definitive.
when he knocks. Okay, so this again is another thing to just. If someone
Popping the boys.
someone doesn't want to hear this, just skip below for it. So when he in that fucking video, when I mean I've played this before. So when when Big Show when Sheamus is going to ram Big Show's face into the cage and Big Show stops it, rams Sheamus' face into the cage, and he just knocks this fucking dude's lights out. It's oh my gosh, bro.
The
That
sound
shit was
effect
crazy.
The sound effect was visceral. My
It was
God,
a meaty thud. It
bro.
was
Like if this were Mortal Kombat and there were X-rays, my dude's jaw was shattered.
absolutely.
And then he stands
Absolutely.
on the bro. We talking about WWE 12, by the way, for all the listeners.
Right.
I'm pretty sure some of you boys out there, y'all played it. Y'all watched someone who played it.
I'm sure most of the boys listening have watched the video to which we were referring.
Bro, this man, he knocks him the fuck out and then rolls him into the ring. And then he doesn't pin him normally. My man
Nope.
goes, I'm gonna stand on the ropes and then stand on his chest.
And you can hear Sheamus screaming while it's happening.
I'm gonna crush this man's whole chest.
Yep.
Like,
So,
bro,
that happened.
if we speaking of being crushed, I'm
I don't like where this is going.
I'm finna just say a spoiler. Next match, we had Shark Boy versus David Young, and this is the exact moment where I knew that this show was fucking awful because Shark Boy lost, and I lost my will to like exist for the rest of the night.
To David Young of all people, the man who was 0-9.
David Young, bro.
Okay, to be
The guy
fair,
with the worst losing record in the company. In the company's history.
to be fair, this dude needed 4 other people to do it.
Bro, like Shark Boy, Shark Boy's forever like my man. He goes Shell, yeah, he does a little fin thing, like he's killing it. And then he loses to this fucking Goomba named
Yeah,
David
so
Young.
it was David Young accompanied by Chris Candido in the Natural versus Shark. Cheating immediately. Candido. Did you guys notice like when Candido got punched? Okay, so Candido was holding Shark Boy, and he wanted David Young to hit him. So, did you guys notice that when Candido sold this punch, he like hopped up in the air, turned in midair, grabbed the towel from the apron, and then fell to the ground? Like he did that all in like one swift movement. And I was like, that is fucking professional wrestling right there. Like, oh my gosh.
That
Like
is what we
that
call
shit was
this business
incredible.
that
Yeah,
we
that
love.
shit was incredible.
That's called falling with style.
Absolutely. That I was
Oh,
very impressed with that. I was like,
Cody
this is
can
why he's the
never.
fucking vet.
if
Oh,
there's
Cody
if there's
Cooper.
if there's one thing I want to say, the Naturals are garnering some serious get off my TV heat, like some X-Pac heat. Like,
I can't
I am
fucking
so
I still don't
bro,
even know which dude is Ben. I mean, I know there's Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas, but I don't know who's
bro,
who.
I fucking hate
I
like
always say
this
brown hair
transcends
natural, blonde
kayfabe.
hair natural.
This transcends kayfabe, right? Like this isn't like, oh, I hate these dastardly heels. Like, no, I want these dudes off my fucking TV because I'm so sick of the cheating.
Yeah,
Bro,
Like Chris Candido gets a pass because that's Chris Candido, but
he's fucking
brother,
Chris Candido.
these natural brothers need to fuck out of here. Good.
this was my first time watching like old TNA in a really long time. But just the moment that I saw the Naturals, I was like, oh, brother.
Yeah.
Like their aura just makes me
Yeah.
want to like
Scuff
not.
Young Bucks.
Yeah, bro. And I don't even fuck with the Young Bucks, so why would I fuck with them?
I mean, I don't either, but
Oh
yeah,
no,
so
you're gonna alienate half our audience with that one.
anyway, David Young hits a fucking spine buster on Shark Boy like this dude fucking stole something from him. Like he put some mustard on this spine buster. I was like, does he think this is a shoot? Like,
Get
and
him.
then he got the win, and his face when he got the win was like, oh my gosh, I won a match in like 3 years. Holy shit!
And it
So,
only took interference from 3 other people to do it. Congratulations, guy. That was a very big victory, brother.
You look so
just
strong,
didn't
bro.
do anything for David Young, and it only made Shark Boy look.
Really strong.
Yeah, because I mean, Shark Boy
It took,
only won.
it took 4 of these goobers to beat him.
It
Like,
took 3 low card guys and Chris Candido
Literally.
to
Oh,
beat mid Carter Shark Boy. So like,
all right.
bro, as
So
far as I'm concerned, like Shark Boy, like nowadays he'd be like Universal Champion, like AEW World Champion,
oh,
IWGP Heavyweight
there
Champion.
are so many wrestlers that I feel got in the business too early, or like when WWE started like signing all the indie guys, that these guys they were just like just past their prime. And Shark Boy, if you dropped Shark Boy into like the 2012 indies and beyond, Shark Boy would be a millionaire right now.
dude,
But
Shark Boy would have gotten so fucking over. It's not even funny.
to be fair, I have to respect Shark Boy. I don't know if you guys know the story, but you know the movie Shark Boy and Lava Girl, right?
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, in the 90s, Shark Boy copyrighted the name Shark Boy.
Oh, 5,000
So,
IQ.
so when that movie came out, they didn't know that it was already taken. They didn't know that Shark Boy was already a thing. So of course, like you do, he took him to court
Hey.
and they had to pay this man. So
This man took Disney to court.
all the
And one.
respect, all the
Oh.
respect to the man Shark Boy. All the respect in the world for that.
You know, I gotta say, as a Zoomer who was 4 years old when that movie came out, I watched that movie like at least 500 times. You know, Mr. Electricity Dad, that's my fucking guy right there. You know,
I
and
mean, if anyone has watched that movie, I feel like you'll never forget the Close your eyes, shut your mouth.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's in my
like,
head forever. I know the lyrics. Everyone knows
right,
the lyrics.
right. If you're of a certain age group, you just know that song, and that's
Yeah, if you know, it's if you know, you know.
undisputed. Right. So we finally go to the main event, which is Apollo, the Puerto Rican dude that
The
debuted
Puerto
last
Rican,
week.
the sensational signing from Puerto
Mhm.
Rico, Apollo, who I gave the breakdown of his career last week. Yeah, be sure to check that out in case you want to know more about Apollo.
Yep.
My guy,
And it was Apollo versus Lance Hoyt
Lance Hoyt.
with Monty Brown on commentary for some reason. I mean,
Yo, okay, no, you know what?
one
No. Monty Brown on commentary is the only good thing about this whole situation because before the match, he calls Jeff Jarrett Hank Hill, but you ain't the king of the hill. And I popped so hard for this. I actually got hyped.
Bro, I literally had that in my notes, like fucking King of the Hit, like that shit. That
Hank
shit was
Hill,
legendary.
but you ain't the king of the hill. Oh my
They
god.
wasted my man's. They wasted Monty Brown in a feud with some Goomba named Trident, and I'm just like,
Monty Brown got wasted everywhere he
Period.
went.
Period.
Unfortunately. And that's just
How did Marcus Corvon not win the world title, bro? Are you
bro,
kidding me? That
did you
dude's
see that?
goated.
First off, he had already like been to the Super Bowl. He's already
Yeah,
like
this dude's
no
got
matter how long
credibility.
ago it was, WWE loves that sort of shit, that like sort of mainstream shit, right? So how could you not push? His fucking theme was incredible. How could you not push Marcus Corval? I don't understand.
Because they put his ass in ECW where he was born to die.
well,
Yeah.
fuck ECW. But besides, like, old ECW hits.
WWE CW.
Yeah.
After the year
Yeah.
2000, fuck ECW.
WWE
Facts.
CW.
None of
So
that December to Dismember shit.
I was there.
That's still very tough because
Yeah.
oh man.
Why? Why were you
Yeah.
there?
First pay-per-view.
I'm
It
so
was
sorry.
yeah.
You
I
see,
saw
my
Pyro.
first,
I got to see Pyro. That was cool.
You got to see CM Punk get jobbed out. Nice.
I got to see the Hardys. That was cool too. You know.
you got to see wasn't RVD also in that match and he get jobbed out?
I think so.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck that show.
Or no. Wasn't that the show where RVD didn't even fucking get into the cage? He got fucking jobbed out, and that's when he was replaced by Hardcore Holly.
I thought
Bro, you're telling me hardcore Holly, oh my god, if I pay it, dude,
you pay
bro,
money to sit in
if
the
I
crowd
paid money to see,
and
bro,
watch
if
that.
I paid money to see RVD, Robert Van Dizzle, and this dude wasn't on the show, I'd storm out asking for a refund immediately.
Yeah, people definitely turn their backs on the show.
Who didn't like Big Show win that Elimination Chamber?
Big Show is the ECW champion.
What?
No, I don't.
Was it
Bobby Lashley won the
was it
title.
Bob Lashley?
Lashley won the title from Big Show,
Well, at least
Oh
there
yeah.
was
Okay.
that, but even that didn't mean much.
but like nobody wanted Lashley, so
Everyone wanted CM Punk or RVD, and they got
right,
neither. Like,
right.
Yeah, they wanted the straight edge guy and the drug guy.
Yeah, yeah. I'd been to plenty of house shows and in Georgia beforehand, but December to December was my first
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
see, when I was, I'm just saying, my first pay per view experience was infinitely better.
Thanks.
Especially because my first pay per view experience was also in Atlanta, Georgia, when I went to go see Backlash '07, which, for anyone who might not remember that show, had Batista and The Undertaker in a last man standing match where they literally died at the finish. That shit was cool.
Sounds like a better fucking pay-per-view experience. I mean, I was young enough to like not
I also
mind it.
saw the Hardys as well, so
Wow.
though I didn't see RVD
But
either.
did you? But did you get to hear Melina screaming her head off? Hmm. Did you?
wow.
I hope not.
Yeah, because it was the
Speaking of, I
Hardys
hope
versus Eminem with Melina.
I've
Well,
never
Melina is
I've never
Eminem.
been to a pay-per-view like live.
Oh, I've been to at least 3.
Experience. It's definitely an experience for sure.
Well, they're all like fucking terrible nowadays. So I just don't
True.
like
See, nowadays pay-per-views are way too long for me to like even consider going to.
What, you don't want to sit there for 4.5, 5 hours straight?
No, I don't.
bro. Like
I
I
want
could
to
have
go.
went,
I want to go to WrestleMania and sit there for 9 hours.
Not at all. I don't want to do that.
bro. Like they had Fastlane in like my hometown, like Memphis, and I was like, bro, no, like no, like just no. I don't think
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. Fastlane is kind of like Battleground, into which I very rarely remember ever seeing a good Fastlane.
Is that when they trotted out Jerry Lawler just because Memphis?
Bro, they
I
do that a
swear
lot.
happened. Well, yeah, you're right. I could be thinking of any other Memphis WWE show, honestly.
Or that one time that AEW was in Missouri and they did a tribute to Memphis legends.
Bro, I could have went to that one too, but I was just like, no.
Bro, I could have gone to AEW in Boston. I didn't even know they were going there until all the tickets were bought by motherfucking scalpers.
By Christopher.
I'm not paying. I'm not paying
Yeah,
100.
Chris.
I'm not paying 150 bones to go see AEW. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Hell no.
absolutely insane. Anyway, back to the match.
Tangents aside.
Right. So the whole first match, the whole like first half of the match was straight cheating from the heels, and like everything Apollo would do, he would just get cut off.
Yeah.
I really don't have too many notes for this match. Actually, I just said he does a weird full Nelson facebuster thing, and then he does a weird full Nelson stunner thing.
You mean the full Lashley?
The what?
The full Lashley. That's what it's called now, don't you know?
Oh no, I didn't know that. You think I fucking keep up with WWE? No, I didn't know.
Well, you got to keep with Bob Lashley at least. My man's got cheeks and a
That is
headband.
or true.
He's got what?
I saw him in an airport, bro. Bob Lashley. Okay, so I was this will be the last tangent before we fucking finish the TNA episode. I was at an airport coming to visit my girlfriend because we were long distance at the time. We have since closed said distance, but we were long distance, and I was in an airport and I missed my flight because the fucking time on the screen was not the time that the flight was boarding. So I missed my flight, and I saw a whole bunch of wrestlers come to the airport because I was in, well, where I am now. I probably shouldn't dox myself, but fuck it. I was in Corpus, and they were going to Dallas for a show. Or
Yeah.
yeah, they were going to Dallas for a it might have been I can't remember if it was a pay-per-view or a Raw. It could have been both, honestly. So they were going to Dallas, and they came to the Corpus airport, and I saw Nia Jax looking. I mean, she's beautiful.
As Nia Jax does.
Yeah. So I saw Nia Jax. I saw Drew McIntyre looking brick shit house, and I saw Bobby Lashley. And boy, when I tell you, I have never in person bigger man than Bobby Lashley. This dude is
Bob.
fucking massive. Like, keep in mind, I saw him on December years ago, young, like the closest. We weren't far, but you know, big ass elimination chamber blocking everything. So I am only probably about 20 feet away as they're coming through the thing. I'm just sitting in one of the seats. This fucking dude, Bobby Lashley, making the face that you guys have seen emote in the server that we are all a part of Bob Lashley making that face when he like did that sisters thing, that kind of like blank expression face. Yeah, he was making that same face. Yeah, he's making that same face walking
no,
through
bro.
the airport with some massive fucking headphones on, and this
With
dude,
that massive dong in his shorts.
this dude looked like he could kill everybody. And I mean, he probably could. He is an MMA fighter. He looked like he could kill everybody in a fucking airport. And I'm like, how does this man not have a fucking? Well, that means different things in different contexts. How does this man? I was gonna say, how does strap on him? How does this man not have a belt on him? Okay. How does this man not have
Hey,
a belt for his troubles?
that's
At
facts.
least
Like
Well, I mean,
Marquis,
I
how?
think he does now. Does he have one now?
he might now, but
No, I don't
definitely
think so.
in December 2018 he didn't.
How much money
Oh,
would it take for you to get into a shoe fight with Bob Lashley?
There ain't
Like
enough money in the world, dog.
enough to cover my medical expenses plus another 50% of that.
we talking like no gloves, like just straight up you and Bob.
Okay, but is there like, can I tap out before he hits me and then
No,
claim the money?
So like that's
he
the
got
thing.
you for 3 minutes.
I was a decent amateur wrestler, but like I can't
Oh, that
go
guy's like, dude,
against
I
an
feel
MMA
that man's like
fighter.
4 times our size.
I can't go against an MMA fighter. Like I'd lost so much weight recently. So like he's got probably a good 70, 80 pounds on me.
And also the height, because we're both short little fellas.
Yeah. And his arms are probably as big as my head. And having seen them in person, they're
He
pretty
got you for
goddamn
three
big.
minutes.
Oh man. I mean, if I had to give a figure, like a cool 1.5 mil for like a Bobby Lashley shoot fight. Because
Cool.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the podcast to be "What's up, guys? Talking Liberties with Jess Andrew." Cause
I mean, I would assume that I'm a millionaire by if that ever happens.
what, you
Fucking
gonna do the pod from your hospital room?
yeah. What
I
else are you
guess I
gonna do
could.
all day? Fucking
Swimming
twiddling
in all that money, swimming in that millions of dollars.
Are you gonna be like Scrooge McDuck?
Right.
Take a bath.
Oh, I
in your
also
closet?
saw Dean Ambrose at the airport while he was still Dean Ambrose in Hey, and I walked up to him and said hey, and then he said hey and walked away looking miserable. So that was
Well, I don't blame him. He only had like 4 more months to go, 5 more months to go. He knew.
yeah, I'm sure he was ready. So
He was
I
ready to
don't
go
blame you.
Iconic
I don't
John.
blame you, John, for looking terrible. I understand, the Fed will own you. Well, I don't
The
understand, but I
Fed.
can only imagine. Okay, so anyway, there's literally only like 2 notes to this fucking match left. I don't know why I went
Well,
on that
the
tangent.
the one thing I said about Apollo, since we're speaking about dudes who are fucking huge, I thought this Apollo guy was impressively large.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
I
him
agree.
and I was like, "There's no way this dude is not. There's no way."
I thought this guy was like a slightly smaller version of Brian Cage.
Yeah, like I mean, there's nothing, wrestling. Well, I'm not gonna say there's nothing wrong with taking steroids because uh, everything in moderation, safety, blah blah blah. But like wrestling is a work, so it's not like he has some inherent
Advantage.
advantage or whatever.
No.
It just
Makes him look good.
right. And this is a body business after all, brother.
Yeah, like I don't really give a fuck. Like fellas who use steroids and like baseball and stuff, like you're whack for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's lame.
Absolutely.
But wrestling is a work. You know what I'm saying? It's a business, brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. Like you don't get
Absolutely.
any using steroids. Don't mean you just go get some sort of advantage over everybody else due to the
Right.
fact that it's a business at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, the Warlord took steroids, and what did he do? Fill me up, brother. Think you're about to pop.
If anything, taking steroids. Okay, I should preface this by saying I personally would never. I am personally like not in favor of steroids, but I don't care what other people
Yeah.
do. Their choices, their body. It's a work. It doesn't matter. But what I will say is that if anything, taking steroids helps you heal faster from taking bumps and doing all the bruises that you're going to be doing with your body because that's what steroids does. It fucking helps you recuperate faster. So
Yeah.
if anything, there is I don't want to say these words, but I will. There is a slight advantage to
Canceled.
taking steroids while being in the wrestling business, if anything. And that is the last I will say about that.
Okay, so you're canceled now, right? But
Probably.
Like,
hey.
can we finish this Impact before I lose my fucking marbles?
Yeah, kick
Oh,
cash
yeah,
interference
I
doesn't
forgot
work.
even,
Apollo
like-
doesn't. Like that's
Apollo wins match, lights out,
yeah.
Monkey Brown, Triton, ring, show's over.
Yeah, like, woo.
That's it.
Hey, I will say this show, like, it just ended, and like after it ended, I just had no, like, I was just like, okay, like,
I
That's
hate
an
such
every
cold
week
endings,
thing.
though. Yeah, they do that all the time, and I feel like they thought that they were ending on a cliffhanger, but it's
It's
just such
not.
a cold ending. It's terrible.
First off, Monty Brown does nothing but bury Triton on commentary, calling him the king of the little head people,
Yep.
right?
Whole
So
match.
like, this is so all Monty is doing is just making me feel even more negative feelings towards this Triton guy, and
facts.
Right, especially because I love Monty Brown. So,
because
like,
Monty Brown is like easily like if I were to rank my top favorites, my fave 5 of like 2005 TNA, Monty Brown's number 1, and that's a shoot.
oh, he's definitely in there for sure.
Number
But he's the
1.
guy.
Because every time I see this guy on my screen, my blood pressure rises in a good way.
I would have put like in my list. I would have put Petey Williams in there because back in the day, back in 2005, seeing the Canadian Destroyer changed my life. I mean, my dad and I worked so hard for that move, and now it's 2020 and it's a transition.
Bro, you couldn't ask me to give a fuck about a Canadian Destroyer anymore. You kidding me? I see Dustin Rhodes on a weekly basis in 2020 hitting the shit. I saw goddamn who was it?
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Yeah, like,
One of
it's
them
like the super
dudes from the Rock and Roll. I'm losing
Ricky Morton. It
Ricky
was
Morton.
Ricky
That's
Morton.
who it was. Yes. I almost
Okay,
said the other one. But I just
that's-
didn't want to get it wrong.
okay. So that's my point, right? So the only people that I ever would want to see do a Canadian Destroyer in 2020, Petey Williams has to be him. It has to be him. A super old dude like Ricky Morton fucking had to use the assistant, but god damn it, he still did it. And like, damn, can I say midget? Since this is a carny business, I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's
Little man.
yeah,
Lil dude.
a little person wrestler. I don't. This is a carny business. I don't know if I'm allowed to say carny word, but those are the only 3 types of people that I want to see.
What about Adam Cole?
Do,
Yeah, I'd give
what about Adam Cole?
Adam
He's
Cole
been
gets
doing
a
it.
pass.
He's been doing it.
He's been doing that since like fucking
Okay.
like 08.
True. I guess he's been doing it before it was fucking run into the ground. So yeah, Panama Sunrise. Fine. I will accept it. Anybody
Fuck
else?
the super kick, by the way.
You know, when I was a
Super
kid,
kick. I'm sick of that shit.
I wanted that to be my finish so badly. 'Cause Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. And like,
Mine
I was
too.
like, man, when I become a wrestler, I'm gonna do this fucking switching music, and it's gonna be awesome. And then
Everyone does it.
the indies happen.
You
Yeah,
vanilla midget.
because everyone's favorite wrestler is Shawn Michaels. Don't you know? That's why I'm a Bret Hart guy. I'm gonna do a fucking sharpshooter. Call it a day.
That's fair.
Ain't no one do no goddamn.
Sure.
No one does a sharpshooter anymore. At least no one does it right.
Man, I don't know, bro. Natalia be locking it in.
True.
I'm gonna tell you right now. My finish is gonna make the cross face and the toe tickler. Or something.
My finish is going to be a top rope moonsault, and that is the only time that I'm going to. That is my finish.
My finish will be probably like a really hard punch, like Big Show.
No, I'm gonna do the heart punch.
Yeah, I thought you said hard punch at first too.
Fuck that. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna have 2 finishers. I'm gonna do the heart punch, and then I'm gonna put them in the crippler crossface, and then they won't be able to tap because they're dead.
True.
I'll
So
punch
wait,
between the heart.
Keith, does that mean that you're gonna not punch at any other point in the match? Because it's always weird when
I would do strictly chops and forearms and like elbows.
He's gonna make Al
Okay.
Snow and work the punch the whole match.
Yeah, you got to. You can't have your finish.
He saw the Al Snow seminar on YouTube and said, "You know
Great
what?
seminar.
Yeah, it is a good seminar. I watched all of it, but like, brother,
Yeah.
I ain't throwing no punches till the finish."
So like, yeah, that's my problem with like Lacey Evans. She'll throw punches all match, and then her finish is just a punch. So it's like just do the marrow salt for your finish if you're gonna fucking.
I mean, that's my issue with people with a top rope finish. You go to the top rope for other moves. Like, why wouldn't you just go for the finish?
And why do you think I'm not? I'm telling you, my top rope finish or my finish. And that is the only time I'm going to the top rope. And for, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say that because that idea. It's the idea we've talked about off pod, Andrew.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah,
stealing our shit. We got our spots.
yeah. We even made a spot, so it's cool.
We've invented spots off the record, on the record, but most certainly off the record. We have our own spots. And I swear to shit, if I see anyone else do these, I'm gonna be pissed.
You'll take them out back.
I
kind of
got
my
into the
faction.
woods.
So like, that's a thing.
Faction.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, you do have a faction, don't you?
Faction.
Facts. It's like 9 of us, formerly known as Perk, and then we turned into heels, and now we're Roman Reigns stands.
Well, I mean, hey,
Right.
after Clash of Champions, who couldn't be a Roman Reigns stan, you know?
The big dog.
My dude's titties were out.
Bro, he beat the shit out of his own cousin, bro, and he. Oh, don't worry, Charles. I beat his ass like this all the time when we were younger.
Yo, that popped me so hard, bro.
That popped me so hard.
And then he stole my man's lay. Oh my gosh, he stole man's lay. He's like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm the big man. I'm the tribal chief.
Hey, Marquis, you remember in the Discord, everyone was talking about, they were talking about that Will Ospreay sequence. Will Ospreay ain't never done a better sequence than Superman punch into spear.
Man, hold on, let me go get my charger before I fucking go into this tangent.
Oh man.
Fuck Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay don't know shit about the orange punch.
Oh yeah, first off, fuck Will Ospreay. That's the very first thing.
Also, fuck B. Priestley, but we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that later. But fuck Will Ospreay.
That's a little hint at what we're gonna talk about.
But second, oh my god, Will Ospreay. He does the same, not the same. He does a highlight reel like spot, a gifable or like 30-40 second video Twitter thing. He does that in like every big match that he has, and it's always a variation of the same thing. And
then at the end, everyone poses.
And then everyone poses, and then it's only after everyone poses that's when things are like actually gonna start mattering in the match. So it's like every big match he does this, and this has been said on Twitter, but when you
my
oh my god. William Ospreay fucking paid off the Discord mods to shut you up.
Clearly, what the fuck did Craig just?
Craig said, "Enough is enough."
That was me, because on my thing it said Craig fucking.
No, it was you. You just got kicked out of the call by William Ospreay.
Wow.
He said, "You ain't
it's like
that." My sequence.
That's what you get. That's what you get for shitting on GIF wrestling.
Well, then I'll shit on it some more. So every goddamn fucking William Ospreay match is damn near the same. You always do a William Ospreay match. You don't just wrestle a match. It's a bunch of bullshit, and I've said my piece.
I mean, fuck Will Ospreay for different reasons, but that too.
Yeah. Oh no, fuck Will Ospreay. That tangent I just went on was separate from the fuck Will Ospreay I said. Everyone knows why I fuck.
We just
Will
like
Ospreay. I don't want to get into that sort of thing on the pod.
Appreciate my man's Roman Reigns. He don't never be in no drama outside of the ring.
This man is just chilling with his wife and his kids, making hella money.
And then he gets in the ring, Superman punch, spear, 1, 2, 3, and he leaves.
Yeah, come on. Enter, wreck everyone, leave. That's my guy.
That's the guy. Like they should have.
Shouts out. Who was it? Tiger Driver that made that wreck this pussy and leave shirt. Shouts out to those fellas.
Bro, like Roman Reigns, the greatest of all time, bro. For real.
No.
I mean, he's carrying the Fed right now. I can tell you that.
It used to be
He did-
Seth.
Yeah, it used to be Seth, and then he turned heel on the fans. Like
He turned heel on Will Ospreay.
Seth was right. We should have. Bro, we should have.
Seth
No.
was right. Seth was right.
My
He-
Messiah. My Messiah.
My
was
Messiah.
right
The
all
long game. The long game. Oh my gosh.
Seth was right. You know what? Everyone on Twitter needs to apologize to Seth Rollins right fucking now.
Yeah,
Honestly.
like bro, I'm literally
Twitter-
Bank accounts, too.
Twitter is gonna turn Seth Rollins back into a baby face by the end of the year. I tell you now.
like he was right. Like
Yes, he was right.
He said, "Fuck that Will Ospreay guy," and we were all like, "Oh, but he does cool flips, bro. Fuck his cool flips. This guy sucks."
Seth
You think I
was
give a
right,
fuck
bro.
about
He
his
really is the
cool
Messiah.
flip?
Stop doing those flips. Go work a match. Slow it down. Use a rest hold or something. You piece of crap.
Honestly.
Bro. Seth really is the Messiah, bro. Like he predicted it.
Shit, you're right.
We were too
Should've
stupid.
known. You know what? Seth Rollins is known as the architect, and now I really see it. He's
You
the
see what he's
architect
built.
of ruining other wrestlers' shitty careers.
I mean, Billiam did it to himself, but
That's true.
That's
Anyway.
true.
that was TNA Impact and shitting on William Ospreay for the week.
And the outlaw.
And Outlaw.
Both suck, but one a lot more than the other.
Indeed.
Billy Gunn.
So is there time for us to introduce the special review that no one was anticipating?
Where?
All right. So this week we have done something a little out of our element. It was suggested to us by a name who, quite frankly, I have remembered. By this point.
WD.
I've memorized it. Yeah, I've memorized his whole gimmick name.
The numbers and
And
everything.
legit, it's WDMKO 12CM21, or excuse me, WDM. WDM.
You know it.
Exposed.
I did not before I
Fake-
started fucking
fake
trying to
fan.
rush into it. I did not. It's WDM 12 CMKO 21.
Facts.
Something
Bro,
like that.
you can look, I'll go with whatever you say it is.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, I'm like certain it's that because he explained it one time in the server why it's that, and I remember his explanation because he was a mark that liked CM Punk and his brother was a mark that liked Kevin Owens.
Fair enough.
So yeah, this was I think WDM might be, I don't know if this is a 2-time or a 3-time, but I think this is for sure like the person that I've had, or that like whose suggestions that has appeared multiple times on the pod like, as a review. So shout
Yes,
out
sir.
to WDM. He is gang affiliated since day one, and I appreciate it.
Gang
sure.
affiliated.
So he has suggested to us the wonderful world of Stardom. Yes, Stardom. The
Wait.
Japanese Joshi Pro Wrestling that is Nihon Joshi Pro-Res.
Indubitably.
Yeah,
We got the World Wonder Ring, baby.
it is the Stardom Cinderella Tournament from April 29th, 2019.
2019.
Before we get into this, I have to say, there is nothing in pro wrestling I love more than a single night tournament. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Running a whole tourney in one night, that's my shit.
Okay, so
Are we
excuse me.
skipping the tag match? Because that wasn't a tournament.
We're not gonna.
Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna
We're all
cover all the
kinda
tournament
pumped about
matches.
that one.
But actually, like I made a separate thing of notes, like when I decided to just do the tourney. So I'm gonna quickly read off all the notes that I had, like as I was reading or as I was like trying to watch this tag match or whatever.
Yeah.
So I said, like, so the show starts. I said the show starts off with all the women that are going to be in the tournament coming out of the stage, and the announcer announcing them, like the first round matches.
And they were
And I
all
said,
going at each other.
right. And then I said the first match on the card is Raka versus Nina and Leo Nozaki and Hina of Queen's Quest versus Hanan and Saya Ida. And then I said everything breaks down immediately. Taking notes is going to be a disaster because I don't know who anyone is.
I know
then,
who Tokyo Cyber Squad is. That is all I know.
And then my next note was the first real offensive maneuver of the match is a body slam from Hina, I think, onto Hanan, I think. And then Rina Patina in a camel clutch while Hina puts her in a Boston Crab. And I was like, okay, tournament matches only. So I skipped this match.
Bro, if we have any like hardcore Stardom fans watching this, we're about to get fucking baked.
Okay,
Well,
first off,
I mean, the Puro channel's gonna fucking annihilate us if they get their hands on this show right now.
So first off, sorry that we're ignorant.
Well,
Okay,
well,
this is my
sorry.
first. I mean, I've seen a few Stardom matches, but this
Yeah,
is
I
my
mean,
first time
I watched-
watching an entire Stardom show, and I don't really know who anyone is, and I don't know any of the stories that we're going into or coming out of this. So just sorry.
I mean, I watched a little bit of No People Gate when it was airing, but that was about it. So I mean, I was going to this about as blind as anyone else could.
Facts.
Okay, so my other notes start off saying, okay, for real this time, and then the rest of the notes. So, do you guys want to just hop right on into it?
I just want to say one more thing before we get to the first match.
Okay.
Of course, watching this, fucking WWE found their way to weasel their way into another goddamn show that we watch as the NXT UK Women's Champion Toni Storm
yeah,
comes out on stage and hogs the motherfucking spotlight.
Shout out my boy Ruben.
Yeah, I'm sure
What?
he's feeling respectful right now.
Let's not.
He's
shout
feeling
out
different.
Ruben in this particular instance for that. Anyway, so yeah, so Toni Storm comes out and she says, "What did she say? Did she say konnichiwa?" She's like,
Yeah, she said
"Konnichiwa."
konnichiwa.
And her Japanese was not
What
very
did
good.
she
I mean,
say?
mine
said-
isn't very good, but
I can tell you exactly. I
can
can tell you exactly what she said. She said, "Watashi wa NXT UK Women's Champion Toni Storm des."
Yeah,
That is what she said.
she didn't even try to like make it sound Japanese. She said, "Watashi wa." She didn't even say the Japanese well. She was like, "Watashi wa NXT UK Women's Champion Toni Storm des." I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
Gaijin, whatever. She was over as shit. Who cares?
Okay, she was, but like, at least try a little harder. My Japanese is not great, but
Y'all speak Japanese?
well, I've been learning for like 2 years, so.
Bro, I play Yakuza. That's it.
Yeah, I watch anime with subs.
Yeah, basically.
The first time I was ever able to watch an anime, or not watch an anime, but like understand something that was said in the anime without, it was like a whole sentence, and I was able to understand it without the subs, and like I felt fucking galaxy brain. Let me tell you, like that was the first time. Well, not the first time, but that was a huge milestone that I was like, oh, wow, all this learning and shit is actually paying off. Who'da thought? So anyway, first match of the tournament. We're gonna skip the triple threat tag because I don't know any of those women. I don't.
You were lost. You were just lost.
The match is
Yeah.
only
So
like 2 minutes, anyways.
first tournament match was Rebel Kell versus Izumi, whose name is spelled AZM. Which, I mean, that made my notes easier. If I'm
Oh, for real. Writing
Yeah, I was about to
3
say,
letters every time I mentioned her in my 6.5 pages of notes on this show. Thank you.
Right. So this match was Kel. She was immediately like, just displaying a size advantage. Like she raised her arm all the way up, and Izumi, she like kicked forward, and then Kel put her leg back, saying like, "Oh, you're too short," and she like had her arm up, and Izumi had to jump for a power knuckle lock, and then she got it, and it was basically just more of that. And this match essentially was just Rebel Kell's size versus Azumi's speed.
It was Rebel Kell
And
just bullying the shit out of her the whole match.
okay, so I wasn't gonna talk about this per se, but can we just quickly, we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on this. Rebel Kell's like whole ass cheeks were hanging out of her.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought her shorts were actually cut. Like it was like almost like a ODB type
Well,
like
they
jean
were cut.
skirt.
They were like Daisy Dukes, but like she
No,
cut
I
her
mean
ass cheeks out.
I mean like cut in like the middle. Like
Oh no, okay, no,
where
okay.
things are thang and it looked like that's where it was cut. I
No,
was like,
yeah.
"Girl, this is relaxed."
But like she cut these shorts to literally ass cheeks hanging out of her shorts. I'm like, what? Like nobody else is dressed like this in this entire show.
Like nobody.
Nobody. Anyway, so there's a couple matches, or there's a couple points where Azumi is like attempting strikes and drop kicks, and Kel is just no selling it. Azumi, and then Kel just fucking pelts her with the drop kick. She damn near knocks her into next week.
Yeah.
Azumi jumps up on the top rope, and Kel kicked her so hard that she almost kicked her out of the ring.
Bro, that was
I think we should also mention the rules of this tournament are that you can only win a match by pinfall, submission, or throwing your opponent over the top and they land on the
Ring
floor.
out.
Because
Yeah.
this isn't that last stipulation is very important for many of the matches in this show.
Yes, and that I didn't know that. So the first time it happened, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan and I'm not dumb, so I was able to catch on pretty quickly. But when it first happened, I was like,
they mentioned it in the rules at the start of the show. You're just a bad fan.
yeah, or did they? I didn't even.
They did.
hear.
There was a graphic in English that mentioned it.
Oh, I must have missed
see
it.
they made it simple for us, and you still
Yeah, damn, bro, you stupid gaijin poo poo head.
I'm the only gaijin here that can sort of speak the language of the show.
And you
so
missed it.
watch
The
it.
thing, it was in our language.
Hey, man, I was taking notes. Get off my back. So anyway,
Talking about taking notes.
Gorilla Press Slam and Toss. Kel is just destroying this woman. Azumi is finally able to mount some like offense, and she does, quite frankly, some of the best roundhouse kicks I've ever seen. And she does a suplex to Kel, and she fucking did this suplex. Like, so in amateur wrestling, they always teach you to like be explosive and use your hips and lower body. And, like you gotta pop out because you gotta be able to toss somebody like a old baby. So you gotta explode with your hips, and the way that she fucking exploded with her hips, it was a thing of beauty, and I could tell that she trained exactly to do specifically that, and it was lovely.
Is it me or just watching this Stardom show? Because this is my first I watched a few Stardom matches, like maybe 2, but like just watching like this show, is it me or like it didn't feel like it didn't exactly feel like it was dragging on like during the matches. Everyone they just got in, did their stuff, and it was done with.
That's actually like
the 10-minute time limit is honestly such a goddamn godsend for a tournament format like this, because it confines the entire show to this will be done by at definitely this point.
Right. So one of the things that I noticed, or that I noted, it was that excuse me, it was that the fuck, lost my train of thought. You just mentioned it. Oh yeah, all the matches, they flowed very well, and it was something that what I liked about this show, what I liked about this whole show. I mean, I don't know if that's just a testament to Joshi Wrestling or if that was just because this is a tournament and they want to like preserve themselves for later. But what I liked about the show is there wasn't like a whole lot of like locking up and feeling out process. I mean, some of the matches had some, but there wasn't like a whole bunch of locking up. It was like, no, I'm gonna fucking try and do this move to you, and I'm gonna immediately gonna fucking pin you because I want to get on with this match. Like, everyone was just trying to win, and I loved that, absolutely.
Like I could see the sense of urgency
right
in this. It's not like Like I fuck with New Japan heavy, but like it's not like the G1. They'll have my man's Kenny Omega fighting for like an hour. Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I think Kenny Omega punched all the holes on my 1 hour long match card. So I'm frankly pretty sick of those. So like this whole show was just a massive breath of fresh air. I mean, the one thing I noted about the show was that it felt like the story of every match was completely different. Like I didn't feel like a whole lot of
Yeah,
things were repeated. Like it kind of felt like every single matchup on this card had a different story behind it.
absolutely.
And it's a
And
tournament. It doesn't even need story, but they all had story.
right. And like, and I'm sure if I knew more about like the groups, who's in what faction and whatnot, that I would understand a bit more of like probably interwar. Like I'm sure someone from one faction got paired up with someone from another faction, and it's possible that someone in their own faction got paired up. I wouldn't know any of that because I don't know who's where, but the story of the matches themselves, just strictly the matches themselves, were great, and they all felt different, and I loved that a lot. So Kel, she like attempts to, well, Kel hits a Falcon Arrow for a close near fall, and then she attempts a choke slam, and Azumi counters it into a Hurricane Rana, and she gets the win. I said, very basic match with a very basic story, but damn, it was good.
Yeah.
It was a very solid match for her. I mean, it
Like,
was. I mean, it was a pretty standard big man, little man match. You know, like
Right.
I'm big and I will throw you around, and then you will do cheap thing and win.
That's all it was, really. All right, so the next match on the card, or the next match in the tourney, was Natsu Sumire versus Starlight Kid.
what
That's
a name.
before this match. I just want to note that Starlight Kid, I think even now, is a high schooler.
Is she?
And is
The
this
kid would make
she is
sense, but
she is this good as a high schooler. I'm very excited to see what Starlight Kid will be like when she's like 26.
Bro, like, first of all, the name Starlight Kid fucking rules. But also,
it's a great name. It's a very
like,
good name.
also, like, this match, like, the last match, I want to say it went, like, what's the estimate for how long the last match went? Because
Like,
this match felt like the same amount of time. But
I can try and go like pull it up on the internet real quick.
yeah, because this match felt like it went about the same amount of time. And the same things I said about, like every match having that sense of urgency. Like everyone gets in, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like we go tie up and do the theatrics. Like we go get in this ring and I'm gonna try to fucking kill you and then win.
Yeah, okay, so the first match was 5 minutes long, and this match was 5 minutes 16 seconds long. So
Yeah, like the pacing for this show was, like we already said this, but like I originally wanted to just be like a one match thing, and so I was glad to see that like this match could keep up the same pace and continue to keep me invested while also not like just dragging shit on. I respect.
I mean, I agree. So the two start with some chain wrestling, just good chain wrestling, and they're going like just so fast that Natsu, she like counters an Oklahoma roll, and or well, Starlight, I should say, she's like going so fast, and she's like kind of pouncing on Natsu that Natsu counters an Oklahoma roll, and I swear I bit on it, and this is only like a minute in this
yeah,
match.
I thought the match was gonna end that fast.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, wow, I'm already invested. I can definitely see what the hype around this Joshi stuff is about. Especially like I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a whole lot of wrestling at once, but this was definitely a good way to like see what I would think Joshi wrestling is about.
Yeah.
So Kid, she attempts a tiger feint kick. I don't know if she has a name for that
The
move.
916.
The 916. Yeah, I don't know if she has a name for that move. It's the 619 for a tiger feint kick is a 619. Well, 619 is a Tiger Feint kick because
The 169.
Yeah, that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Starlight. I don't know if she's named it, but she attempts a Tiger Feint kick, and Natsu catches her, and she just tosses her into the corner and just fucking double knees into a Bronco Buster. I'm like, so there were a lot of double knees on this show. A lot of.
They were throwing hella knees at each other. I thought
They were throwing
They were,
knees on this show.
and they were
Everybody
laying them in too.
laying them in. These women, all across the show, these women went fucking hard, and I loved it. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, seeing people just beat the shit out of each other, man or woman, that's what I like about not professional wrestling.
They don't need no knee slaps to make the sound.
Oh no. Oh,
I
no.
I don't see no single thigh slap in this whole show.
I
didn't notice any, at least.
I saw maybe like 4. Those are the ones I caught. If there were other ones that happened,
Hey,
they were just good at hiding them. But like 4
in a 3-hour show. Ooh,
right? That's great. So I don't really have too many notes after that, but I mean, kid,
Natsu followed up with a suplex, went for a pin, didn't get it after just a bunch of small package reversals from each other. Eventually, Starlight gets the advantage and pins Natsu.
Yeah,
I really thought Natsu was going to win this match.
I did too, especially because Kid looked so dominant in the beginning. But I guess it makes sense if you look that dominant in the beginning, you just win the match. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So next on the card was Hazuki versus B Priestly. And Andrew, you want to take this one away?
Yeah. So the beginning of this match was really fast. Like they were going really fast at each other at the start. And then they pretty much went to a strike exchange where they were throwing some heap and helpings of forearms at each other. B, using her size, eventually got the advantage in that. Eventually led to a springboard drop kick from Hazuki, showing off the high flying that the high speed title is known for, because she had been looking to win this tournament and challenge for that title, which the high speed title is essentially like the cruiserweight title, the cruiserweight title of Joshi Pro Wrestling and Stardom.
Yeah.
So eventually B gets the advantage back and does a curb ass drop of some sort to Hazuki. She then tries to get her up into an electric chair position. B does. And they both just rocket right over the top rope out of the ring. And I think at first they announced B as the winner, but then they said actually it was Hazuki because they determined that she actually threw B over the top, and they just both happened to hit the floor. So that was the first of a few instances where the over the top rope step actually led to someone getting a win.
Yep.
Before we move on, also fuck B Priestley. Moving on.
B Priestley.
Moving on.
I was waiting for it, bro. That's why I ain't say nothing.
Saki Kashima versus Arisa Hoshiki. This was a pretty cool one.
Yes. They start off immediately with a double drop kick spot. That was nice.
Yep. Saki gets a pretty nice leg lock in early on Arisa. She manages to fight to the ropes for the break. Arisa fights back with a variety of really strong strikes. And then Saki puts another leg lock on Arisa, tells her to slow it down, kid.
Slow it down.
As Arisa once again manages to get to the ropes. So then Saki follows that up with a middle rope knee drop onto Arisa's knee, and then just a lot of further attacks on Arisa's legs, and then an Angel's Wings for a 2 count. Angel's Wings, dope ass move. Arisa tries to get some offense back, but is just repeatedly cut off until she lands a very strong running knee strike to Saki's face for a 2 count.
Oh yeah, that right on the chin.
Tough.
Okay, so before that happened, I did want to note that Saki, she went for a double foot stomp from the top and missed, and Arisa damn near took her head off with a roundhouse, bro. It was nasty. Okay, continue.
And then this spot that we see many more times tonight. Arisa gets Saki up on her shoulders for a power slam, and then follows it up with a back diving body splash for the 1, 2, 3, and they both just kind of hug and embrace after the match because that was a dope ass match.
It was a dope ass match, yes. So the next match in the tournament was Andras Miyagi versus Hana Kimura.
Man, fucking watching Hannah enter that shit.
Yeah.
God.
So my first note was Hannah's energy is infectious and radiating, and I could see how people loved her everywhere. And then,
Bro, in her theme music, it says you're gonna die. What
I said
the?
rest in peace. So
Find me on
rest in
Facebook.
peace.
Now you're gonna die. That's crazy.
Yeah, just Hannah was great.
Hannah's too dope.
Based.
Based
Absolutely. So Andras starts attacking her, and Hannah immediately just like stuffs it with a front drop kick. Andras goes for a suplex, and then Hannah reverses it into a sleeper. Andras reverses that into a chin buster. Hannah puts Andras into a nasty looking octopus hold. Like she
Yo,
just
there were a lot of really crazy
Yeah.
octopus stretches all over this card, and
Uh,
everyone looked different.
and the two start trading forearm smashes for a long time. These women were fucking pelting each other.
Oh,
Bro, there's no
you didn't even mention the headbanging spot. What the?
Oh, excuse me. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's pretty much right at the start of the match. Andras dodges Hannah when she first goes to attack her and starts headbanging for the crowd. And then Hannah's like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna also start headbanging for the crowd. So they're both just headbanging next to each other until Andras notices what she's doing and just beats the piss out of her. And then the octopus stretch happens on Andras,
Yeah.
which then leads to the strike exchange where they go forever.
hmm They were just beating the shit out of each other with the forearms, and then they both go for a kick and kick each other right in the jaw. And Hannah wins after they both tumble over the ropes and like they're fighting and exchanging for a little bit. And Hannah just kicks her hard as fuck right in the stomach. And
bro,
Andras
like
falls.
there's
Okay.
no reason why. Like these, you notice how every time, like as we're doing the play by play for these matches, every time you say a strike, you always throw in hard as fuck. There's no
Because,
reason.
I'm not
bro.
exaggerating. This shit was
There's
fucking
no,
tough.
and I can confirm this, like from what I saw, like there's no reason. You got these dudes in here, fuck Matt Riddle, by the way, but these so-called, you know what I'm saying, like the big strike throwers like Matt Riddle and stuff like that, and like
And
the
he's still
real
leg
ones,
slapping.
the real ones laying
No
it
leg
in
slapping
are
here. They're
just
killing it.
these tiny Joshi women are really getting snug and
Can
really
can we just also these women attack those fucking ropes when they hit the ropes.
Oh yeah,
Like
yes, bro. Like they're
they oh man. I'm not gonna lie, I loved watching this show. I really enjoyed watching this show for
I had a
multiple
great
reasons.
time.
Yeah. Just but seeing anybody just beat the fuck out of each other in wrestling is like what I live for. But seeing these like 90-pound, 110-pound women all just kill each other and hit the ropes correctly, do everything technically sound. It was incredible.
but
It
then we
really
got
I
is.
don't think I remember any botches on this show.
I don't remember seeing it either. If I
I don't.
did,
There were no
if I
moves.
did, they
There were no
probably
like botched
covered it up.
moves, but there were a few like timing misplacing issues. But like it was nothing to like really take you out of it. It was just a little stutter
Well,
step.
if I didn't notice it, then that means they did a fucking
Exactly. It was just
dope
a little
ass
stutter
job.
step.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, but then you got big dudes in NXT slapping their thighs off of big boots. Like what are we doing? Like what are we doing?
We got Jonathan Garganothi doing leg slaps off a chop.
Okay. I will always say that Ricochet is the first person that I've ever seen do that, and I've not liked him since.
I think he is too.
Ricochet, he slaps the leg off a chop, and it's like he'll slap the leg off the chop, and then he'll just like barely graze the dude's chest. And okay, don't get me wrong, it's a work. Everyone is aware of that.
No,
But I feel
I'm
like
gonna
a
tell you right
chop
now.
is just universally one of those things that you have to accept. You have to take it. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, if I'm in a wrestling match and a dude fucking lightweights me on a chop, I'm gonna actually take offense to that. Like, I think I'd actually get pissed
For real.
if they didn't lay it in on me. Like, break my chest capillaries, bro, please.
All right. So the next match on this card was Tom Nakano
Oh,
versus.
we didn't,
Okay,
we didn't, we didn't even finish. We didn't even get to the finish of this match. What are you talking about?
yeah, we did.
Did we?
I said they both tumble over the ropes, and then Hannah kicks her hard as fuck off the apron for the win.
Oh, I guess that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then we have Tom Nakano and Kagetsu. Yo, this match,
This
bro.
was my favorite match of the entire night. I loved this fucking match, bro. This match was absolutely incredible. These women, I mean, okay, I know it goes without saying everybody
They
on
were
the
both
show
out
beat the
for.
hell out of
They,
each other.
they were both out for blood in this match.
Right. I mean, it goes without saying that everybody beat the hell out of each other on the show. But these women, man, if ever professional wrestling was a shoot, this was as shoot as it probably could have been. Because these women beat the hell out of each other. And it was incredible.
Oh, absolutely. This match was just fucking. I mean, the pace of this match is also just really fast from beginning.
Yeah. From beginning to end. So do you wanna cover it? Interject
Yeah,
as
yeah.
needed.
I'll take a gander at this one. The thing about this match is that it started out with one of my favorite things in pro wrestling, and that's just straight up mat wrestling. The both of them are literally
Absolutely.
these two were fighting to get a hold on each other, and to my shock, Tom Nakano gets a guillotine choke on Kagetsu, but she manages to kind of get to the ropes, and then they
Mhm.
go immediately back to the mat. As soon as the hold breaks, they go right back to it. Um, Kagetsu gets a knee bar on Tom, but she then makes it to the ropes for a break. Kagetsu continues just an absolute. I mean, when I say an assault, I mean she like brought out. I mean, the equivalent of taking out the baseball bat and going for the knees on Tom right here. Okay,
Right.
like Tom's legs are just being absolutely assassinated in this right here. So Tom manages to fire back with a blockbuster to Kagetsu, and then both just start throwing kicks at it, just bomb kicks, killing
Just
each other with kicks.
just absolute bombs, bro.
Yeah,
I would not want to be kicked by either of these.
they said fuck a forearm, we're throwing kicks. So Kagetsu gets the first one that really lands.
Mhm.
Uh Tom manages to wrestle Kagetsu back into a guillotine, but Kagetsu being, I mean, she's got a decent size advantage over Tom Nakano. So she manages to
Mhm.
pick her ass up right off the mat and put her into a vertical suplex. Lands that. Tom then manages from the top rope to grab onto Kagetsu with an elevated dragon sleeper.
Yes, that. Okay, so
That
when that happened, I will say that it kind of looked like Kagetsu had tapped out, like with her
yeah,
right hand.
I thought she tapped, but the ref just couldn't see it because he was
Yeah,
on the other side.
yeah, because he was on the left. I thought she tapped with her right, but the ref was on the left, so he did. I don't know.
I'm still unsure on that.
Yeah, I'm still unsure, but that did not at all detract from this.
Yeah, so the referee breaks this up with the 5 count, and then Kagetsu puts another knee bar on Tom, and Tom gets her way back to the ropes, showing that fighting spirit. Kagetsu hits a crispy, and I mean like Rice Krispies crispy, Shining Wizard to Tom.
Mm,
But Tom manages to recover and counters with a I guess a Death Valley driver, more like an attitude adjustment type of deal.
a
But
fireman's carry. Just call her fireman's carry.
the fireman's carry. Kagetsu misses a 450. Tom manages to do like a tiger back suplex bridge. This thing looked crazy. I don't know, bro. Tom Nakano's bridges.
Bro, it was the.
I've seen other Tom Nakano bridges. She's got the craziest bridge in the biz.
I said, yeah. I even said this is probably the best tiger suplex I've ever seen. So Tom Nakano, she has the like the chicken wing hook. So she's got both arms hooked. And she's got her and she's behind Kagetsu. And she just does the fucking, I mean, you guys should know what a tiger driver or tiger suplex look like. But I mean, if you don't, it's like a German, but the person behind you has your arms hooked and you literally just take a fucking bump on your neck.
It's my favorite suplex.
It's one of those moves you just gotta take. But so she does this tiger suplex, and it was like the best
Bro, Tom
crouched
Nakano.
down and like
I want to see Tom Nakano and Alicia Fox in a bridge contest. Who can do a deeper bridge?
Bro, is it me or like does the Stardom ring just look like it just hits harder? Like just getting dropped.
That thing looks tough.
I don't know. I mean, I can't confirm or deny this, but this ring, did it look like a 20 by 20 to you guys? Because it looked pretty big to me.
Well, I mean, you also have to take into account how small these women are.
That's true, but that is my point.
They take the bumps like champions.
Like a really big ring. Oh yeah, these women were taking bumps. Like there's a couple of matches where like some of the women would do like a springboard drop kick or whatever, straight like bump, flush, flat, perfect bump right on the back, just incredible.
Yeah, so Tom goes for the tiger suplex bridge, gets a 2 count, and immediately goes for a dragon sleeper with a grapevine. So she's got Kagetsu completely locked in at this point. But as that happens, the time limit ends, and both competitors were eliminated from the tournament because of this.
Bum bum.
I couldn't even be mad. This match was so fucking good, bro.
Yeah, dude, this
was my favorite match of the whole night. Oh man, yeah. I definitely would have been great to see either of these women go, but I can't even be mad because this match was incredible.
Before we talk about the next match, which is Natsuko Tora versus Jungle Kiona, I want to talk about what Natsuko said in her promo before this match, where she said she was going to baptize the Cinderella dress in the blood of a Wedo Tai. And I was like, yo, that is fucking metal, my guy.
That is, yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty hardcore.
She said, fuck a pink dress. I'm going to make this shit bloody.
Indeed. So we got Natsuko Tora and and they're just doing like immediate.
This was a hot fight, dude.
This absolutely, absolutely.
They were
like immediate forearm smash,
shoulder bumps.
Right. This was the host fight. Whatever you guys think of like power moves, shoulder bumps, gotta display who's stronger. This is what that was.
This match is Big Show versus Braun Strowman, but
yeah,
with two Japanese women who don't top 5'5". And I am here for it.
And it was believable.
And it was believable because they were just fucking. They were two incredible wrestlers bumping meat. That's what they were doing. They were bumping meat this whole match.
That's all it was. That's all it was.
This shit was crazy.
So yeah, like Natsuko, she runs Jungle's eyes across top rope. She ties her up in the ropes, like pours water on her, slaps her face a few times. So they brawl back. Well, I guess they're in the ring technically, but they brawl back into the ring, and this is like Jungle's starting to get fired up. So she starts no selling, and then she hits a stiff ass lariat because Natsuko, she's like forearm smash across the chest, forearm smash across the chest. She goes to hit the ropes, and then Jungle gets
sick of it.
Fucking lariat. She is just absolutely over Natsuko's bullshit.
It was like a sneak peek of Kota Ibushi's Ultra Instinct gimmick.
Right. So there was one point where Jungle put Natsuko up, where she was like on the top rope or whatever, and I really thought she was about to Kiniko Buster this girl's whole life over. I thought she was about to put her in the grave. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I did not want to see someone's neck get broken. So they brawl out of that, and then they just keep wrestling for a little bit. You want to go ahead and talk about the finish?
Yeah, so then Natsuko hits this super nice looking top rope frog splash. I think it's a 2 count on Kiona. They kind of continue with some back and forth until Natsuko lands a second spear in this match, followed by this. I don't know what the hell she thought this was a good idea to do, but she does this top rope leg drop, Kiona, and gets the win. And I gotta ask, who the hell told this woman to be doing top rope leg drops in 2019? We saw what happened to Hulk Hogan. We saw what happened to Matt Hardy. What are you?
This top
what are
rope,
you doing?
this top rope leg drop, it was like both legs just landed right on Kiona's head. I'm like, oh, this shit is nasty. It was so bad, but I mean, it was good. Damn,
If
it
you
was
had
Good,
to
but
like,
fuck, it was gross to look at.
right.
if you had to like rank like on the match of the night ratings, like what would is this a top 3, top 2, top 1 match of the night?
I put in my top 3, but I already know the number 1 was Tom and Kagetsu for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it was top. It would be my number 3. It would be
Yeah,
my number 3. We haven't talked about my number 2 yet, and my number 1 was Tom and Kagetsu because that match was fucking incredible.
So for the final,
Final,
final match of round 1, we had
Mhm.
Konami versus Momo Watanabe.
Mhm.
Konami just flips off Momo and says "fuck you,"
She did, yeah.
and Momo didn't like that too much.
No, not at all.
No, she did not like that one bit. Konami puts a cross arm breaker or arm bar, whatever you want to
Yeah,
call it,
cross arm bar. Leave that
on
arm breaker
Momo.
shit for the Fed.
Look, brother, it can break your arm.
Whatever.
I've had it put. Have you ever had it put on you?
Yes, but it's an
You know,
arm bar,
you
not
know
a
that
cross
shit.
arm
You know
breaker.
that shit will break your arm.
I do, yes, but it's the wrong name.
Gets
Anyway,
an
go
arm
ahead.
bar. Momo. She literally just kicks and shimmies her way over to the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Momo then lands 2 really good looking corner drop kicks, follows it up with a.
She threw her whole body into
She
those
put her,
drop kicks, too.
bro.
she then hit Uranagi that she put her goddamn chest into.
She
She said,
if
I
say it
saw
with
her
your chest was a move, bro.
this
This
move.
is that move.
The Fiend can never.
The
She
Fiend could never. Samoa Joe sometimes. Momo,
this was Ring of Honor Samoa Joe Uranagi heat right here.
she put some sauce on it.
And then she followed that up immediately with a running Meteora, which then she goes to the top rope and hits another Meteora and
Yeah.
only gets. I don't know how this only got a 2 count. This was crazy. I was like, bro, I would have been down for the count after this.
Mhm.
Um, so then Konami manages to get her way to the top rope, and Momo lands a step up enziguri to her from she pretty much like bounces off the bottom rope to get to the top,
Yeah.
which pretty much launches Konami to the apron. This had the crowd really thinking that she was going to go over and tumble.
Me
Um,
too.
so then they fight they're fighting each other so that Momo can knock Kagetsu over the rope. When Momo accidentally sends herself flying over, and the winner of last year's Cinderella eliminates herself in the first round.
Yeah. Konami low bridges are so Konami's on the apron and Momo is gonna try running attack and then she gets low bridged and
Goes bye bye.
what? Right on out the ring. So our first match of the quarterfinals was Starlight Kid versus Hazuki. Kid just taking control of the match immediately. She really
This
gets
match was pretty short, wasn't it?
Yes, this match was
yeah. I mean,
barely a minute and a
this
half.
match was
I
this match was
appreciated this
a
match.
minute and 19 seconds.
Yeah, I
So
appreciated this.
I mean, yeah, I didn't have too many notes for this match. As a kid, she took pretty much most of the offense of the match. She knocks Suzuki off the top rope, like onto the apron, but Suzuki counters into an attempt to knock her off. Hazuki goes for a springboard, but Kid just like pushes her and pushes her right as she was like trying to springboard back into the ring, and that was the match. And I stayed up pretty fucking late to watch this pay per view. So this is exactly what I needed at this
Yeah,
moment of the show.
I think that match actually gave me what I needed to press on through the rest, being that it was like already 5 a.m. when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Because a 3 hour wrestling show is a 3 hour wrestling show. You cut it
Ugh.
cut it any way you want. It's still 3 hours. So this match going a minute and change was absolutely wonderful.
Bro, like I like how serious all the ladies like take, like not even just in kayfabe, but also just like how serious they take these matches. Like if you're in an actual tournament, like an actual fighting tournament, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be drawn out like the G1 matches. It's not gonna be theatrical like a PWG or an NXT match. These ladies get in the ring and they go, "I'm gonna kick your ass," and
Right.
then I'm gonna win. And like it's
Yeah.
It's really great.
They say
a
you
few
think you're a big
minutes.
man, and she's like a little man.
Yeah, like a few minutes, minute and 30 seconds, you're done. And I really rock with that.
Like you said earlier, the sense of urgency is absolutely.
And the matches,
Everyone is just trying to win, and that's
the
what
match,
wrestling should be about.
the average time for the matches was also decreasing as the show went on.
And I
They
was
started just going
living.
faster.
Yeah,
They were
which
just
makes
going
Which
sense
faster.
because
The urgency to
you
get
would
to the
want to
finals.
preserve yourself. You would want to preserve yourself for the finals.
True.
Excuse me.
So then we move on to Konami versus
Mhm.
Azumi. This match was pretty fucking sweet.
yeah.
Um, so Konami tries to shake Azumi's hand, which I mean, it came off to me like sarcasm because I know that Konami ain't about that life.
Ain't about
And
it.
she ain't about that. So when Azumi pretty much just no sells this, she flips off Azumi, and oh boy, did that piss her off.
Absolutely.
It's like literally all the women on the show who got flipped off just blew their lid immediately.
Yeah.
I've never seen such an extra reaction to something I would never consider blowing up over. Um, so the opening of this match was also very, very fast paced.
Yeah.
Konami hits a springboard roundhouse kick, which oh shit, that looked tough.
Yeah, these women
John
were just
Morrison could
bouncing like
never.
all over each other, just pouncing on each other. It was great.
Yeah, so then Azumi follows that up with a middle rope drop kick, and then an octopus stretch, which kind of almost turned into like a Rings of Saturn type of deal. Like
Yeah, this was dirty.
she had the arms and the oh my, I had
She
no.
had it in.
It was like a beast
Yeah.
bite almost, like
Yeah.
beast bite.
The whole match, really, the two women just kept attempting to put a submission.
Yeah, so it eventually just turned to chain wrestling each other for covers on the mat. Um, and then Konami lands a double foot stomp for a 2. And then there was a head scissors into a Fujiwara armbar, which is then reversed by Konami to the Triangle Lancer, which, as I'm sure a lot of people who watch ARM know, has a win percentage of 100%. Konami 100
100%.
every single time.
This
Konami
move,
submits Azumi. This thing looked gross. Oh my,
this move fucked so hard.
yo,
Oh my
Becky
god.
Lynch disarmer, fuck that. Triangle Lancer,
The
holy
disarmer could
shit.
never.
Dude, you could never bend the arm like this.
Bro, like when she actually like locked in the Lancer, like it actually made me uncomfortable. And I was
Yeah, because
watching
it's
it on the
like
screen.
Gross.
it's a triangle and an armbar at the same time.
I was like, bro, what are you doing to her?
Ah,
I was like, stop.
you're gonna
Throw in the
kill this
towel.
one. It's incredible, truly incredible.
Moving on from that was the flight of the Natsuko Tora, as we have her in her quarterfinal match against Hana Kimura. Hannah literally comes out and doesn't move one bit until the crowd starts cheering for her, and I thought that was incredible.
Pop
The
for me, she
the
said.
energy.
Yeah.
She said, "Pop, Marks, pop."
And they did it.
Yeah. And
Well,
they
yeah,
did, yeah, and they did.
how do you not pop for Hannah, bro? That's that's the number one right there. That's the ace.
Yeah.
Uh, so do you want to take this one, big man?
Um, I don't really know how much there is to take. The whole match is really just Hannah beating the fuck out of this woman.
That's true.
Hannah, she beats her like hell. Gets a camel clutch in at one point, yoinking the nose. She no sells, and then Tora goes to hit the and fucking Hannah is just right behind her with a nasty boot to the face. Hannah tying her up in a pretzel over and over. But really, the finish comes when Hannah she's on the ropes, and after a referee distraction, I don't know the group name. I'm sorry, but somebody slides in a sheet tray to Natsuko, and she hits Hannah over the head with it, and then Hannah is woozy, wobbly, and then Natsuko hits the ropes, does a spear through the rope, and she gets the win. But
I was
she ain't going nowhere because her match is next.
Yeah, that's true. I was not expecting Hannah to lose this
I
early.
wasn't either.
I was
I was not
ready to
either.
see her in the finals because I had no clue what the finals of the Cinderella were. I just, me knowing what I know about Hannah Kimura, I'm just like, yeah, she's probably gonna win this whole thing.
Right.
That's just what I know. But
I mean, that's not a bad prediction. Like,
no,
No,
it's
not a bad.
because Hannah, the ace.
like I don't know much about Stardom, but the little bit I do know, like as far as I'm concerned, Hannah, like
Well,
she
yeah, even
she the
the
Roman
Westerners
Reigns
know her
of Stardom.
name.
Right.
Yeah, even the Westerners know her name. Like you
She
could
the-
never watch Stardom a day in your whole fucking life, and you know the name Hannah Kimura. That's just the star she was.
Right.
So
So
Natsuko immediately has to take on Arisa Hoshiki in the we got the semifinals here.
yeah.
I kind of felt for Natsuko here because she had to wrestle 2 matches straight after in the previous match. There was a point where Hannah had literally just thrown her around all over the crowd and beaten her with chairs. I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
just beat the
ridiculous.
fuck out of her. Yeah.
So
man.
then
She beat that girl ass.
yeah, for real. So essentially match starts
Beat that.
with Arisa throwing some rapid fire punches.
Mm-hmm.
Or Natsuko throwing those to Arisa, I mean. And then a rope assisted leg lock type of deal. I was like, this thing looks crazy. Arisa manages to throw a huge kick right into like the heart of Natsuko, and then hits a springboard double knees type gimmick straight to dude. This springboard double knees to Natsuko's abdomen. I was like, but
The double knees on this whole show was insane. Like there was
I'm
some
not
like back of the head on this show.
I'm
Gosh.
not standing up after that. My wind is gone.
Yeah.
Uh, so then Natsuko manages to take control back of the match and spears Arisa for a 2 count. Rolling fireman's carry as Natsuko tries to go to the top rope for that leg drop again, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work out. Arisa with the power slam into the diving cross body spot for the win. This match is pretty cool. I still kind of wish Natsuko would not do a top rope leg drop, but it's her body, her choice, I suppose.
It is what it is, yeah.
It do be like that.
True. And then the next match, which is the last semifinal match, which is the penultimate match of the show, is Konami versus Starlight Kid. Kid, she hits a swing neck breaker pretty much near the beginning. I thought that was the finish, bro. I bid on that. There were plenty of points in this match or on this show where things happen toward the, I guess, beginning of the match and where I bid on. And clearly that like makes sense because of that one match that also went like a minute 19.
Yeah, so it wasn't
Yeah.
a possibility to see a match go
Right.
for 45 seconds.
Right. So like that wasn't right. That was something that definitely most certainly could have happened. Kid goes for a Fisherman Buster and then another near fall that I bid on. And sorry.
I got nothing but love for Starlight Kid, man.
Yeah, they're just kind of bouncing off of each other. This was not a real long. It was only like a 3-minute match, so they're just kind of bouncing off of each other for a while, and then Konami She locks it the fuck in for that triangle answer.
And that was it.
And that was it.
That was it.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do against
Like, what do you do? That was it.
What's your escape? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
How do
tap?
you?
You tap
Yeah,
out. That's your escape.
yeah. If you want to be out of the move, you tap out. Yeah.
Looking at that move, I can't formulate a way to get out of that before your arm is
Counter.
into.
I couldn't either. I couldn't either.
Like with the cross arm bar, I know that there are ways to get out of that. Just like a rear naked choke, there are ways to get out of that. But the triangle lancer, I could not formulate in my pea brain any sort of way to like roll out or like, shift the weight. Like, no, you are in and you are tapping to
Right.
this move.
All right, and now the main event, which is the tournament final, which is Konami with Aisa Hoshiki. Do you want to take this away, or should I?
I'll take it. So Arisa tries to shake Konami's hand, but she is just like absolutely not interested in any of that sportsman bullshit.
Nope.
The match starts out with an exchange of some pretty stiff kicks until they transition to making a mat-based affair, and then they return to exchanging kicks. Kicks from Arisa, but Konami throws a dirty ass lariat to shut all of that down. Transitions that into a knee bar, which then goes into an ankle lock. But Arisa manages to reach the ropes. Konami has pretty solid control of this match until Arisa lands this huge drop kick, which is then followed up with repeated stiff kicks on Konami, which nets a 2 count. Arisa throws even more kicks, but Konami manages to catch one into another ankle lock. At this point, I thought, if this is it, this is it.
This was a pretty even match for the most part.
This is pretty back and forth.
Yeah.
So then there was a fisherman suplex for a 2 count on Arisa, and then Arisa threw this ridiculous head kick at Konami. I was like, oh my.
The head kicks on the show.
They don't give a fuck about CTE around here. They
Fuck
said
a CTE, bro.
They said we'll sleep.
We
when
go
we're
laid in.
We sleep when we're dead. Power slam. This is where I started getting fucking crazy. So then we go for the classic Arisa Hoshiki power slam, followed by an attempt at the diving cross body spot. But Konami manages, after taking the power slam, to reach her feet before Arisa goes for the crossbody, and puts another knee bar on Arisa from the top rope. And then Konami follows that with a superplex. I thought this was it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've been on, dude.
Yeah, Arisa kicked out. Konami then puts Arisa in a goddamn stretch muffler with an arm trapped. I was
with
going
the arm trap. I've never seen that before, bro. I was like, that is nasty. It was.
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure how Arisa escaped this, but she does.
I don't
know. She managed to land another power slam on Konami, lands the diving crossbody, and I was like, all right, this is definitely it. But it isn't. Konami fucking kicked out. Oh my god.
I wasn't even mad at it.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, they earned that. They spent the whole tournament building this up. Oh my goodness. The crowd was red. They were red hot for Konami at this point. They were all in on her. Since Arisa was able to just absolutely cream anyone else with that.
Right.
So
That's
then
how you fucking build a story.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Konami attempts a triangle lance on Arisa, but she's just on the ropes anyway, so this wasn't gonna work. Arisa rolls through another attempt at the triangle lancer. So before she even gets to fully lock it in, she gets out of it. And then just lands 2 disgusting, devastating knee strikes on Konami. Like, she's like, go to sleep.
Right to the face.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Can you make it hoop?
Yeah, for real. Power slam, second diving crossbody. This is definitely it. Except it wasn't. Konami kicked out.
Bro, I thought the match would have been over after those fucking knee strikes, dude. The better yet, the twisting splash. I'm like, oh, wow.
He said, no, fuck your finish. Arisa throws a cavalcade of kicks, putting Konami down with I call it a question mark kick. and just pins her.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
it.
I don't know if it has an official name. It was like a,
I
I
think
guess
some
you call it
people
like a
might call it
stutter roundhouse, whatever.
some people might call it a scorpion kick, but I call it the question mark because he kind of like does the form of a question
Yeah,
mark in the kick.
yeah,
Yeah, like the hesitation and then the
yeah. It was like
Oh
a stutter.
my
It was like a stutter in her roundhouse,
God, that thing was
and
dirty.
right to the fucking head, and that was the match. And damn, was this was my second favorite match of the night.
Oh, absolutely. They killed each other for this. They're like, we're in the finals. We're gonna put it all on the line.
this ruled, bro.
My
Like
final note
not even
for
this,
this
like
show,
this whole show, this ruled.
yeah, my final note for the show was this show was absolutely long as fuck, no doubt, but it had fantastic wrestling.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
I'm not,
those 3 hours kind of flew by. Like by
Yeah,
the
it
end,
didn't
I had
feel
just kind of been like, oh shit, that was 3 hours.
yeah, like I'm not one of those people that need story going into a match to be able to enjoy the match because I feel like wrestling, the matches themselves should be able to tell their own story.
correct.
So I could watch all these matches independently and just enjoy them all because at the end of the day, they were all good wrestling matches, and
Yeah, there wasn't a single bad match on this
there's
entire
not a
show.
single bad match on this card, and wow, absolutely incredible, top to bottom. Especially Tom versus Kagetsu. That was my favorite match of the night. They just beat the hell out of each other. But
So so then after Risa wins, Tony Storm, the NXT UK Women's Champion,
mm-hmm.
comes to the ring to award Arisa with her dress and the trophy and and whatnot. Arisa goes backstage to put the dress on, comes back out. Tony then crowns her with the tiara for winning the Cinderella tournament. Arisa clearly looked like she was about to start bawling, which I don't blame her.
Not at all.
This was a wild ass tournament, high key, low key, on the record, off the record. So then Tony hands her a microphone. She talks about how she's only been back with Stardom for about 5 months, but that she's been slowly regaining her confidence. She remarks that training in Stardom with Tom was a big part of how she was able to win the tournament. She apologizes for rambling, which I mean, hey, you just won the tournament, do whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Like, you
She
won.
then calls out Momo Watanabe as she wants to challenge her for the Goddess of Stardom championship. Now I don't know exactly what that championship is, but I do know that it's a pretty highly regarded one in Stardom. Momo comes out to the ring after eventually Hollywooding the shit out of her, taking forever to come to the ring for this. Arisa then thanks the crowd and asks her fellow members of Stars, which is her faction that she's in, to come to the ring and celebrate with her, and that Tom promised that they do eat pancakes after Arisa won. Closing remarks were believed now, shine tomorrow, we are Stardom. And that was the end of the show. And god damn it, was it a good show.
This show was fucking incredible. WDM.
That's a no.
Hey,
I know I didn't know anybody on this show, but
W and his name
fucking
was
thank you.
turned.
This was well
shout
worth
out
it.
my guy, bro.
Well worth it.
My guy did the thing, and you know what? I think I'm gonna start just watching Stardom.
Honestly, like I can definitely see why. It's just good wrestling, simple stories. I can definitely see why somebody would fucking,
Love
this
it.
would be their regular thing because this was incredible.
Meanwhile, in AEW, the women get put on like YouTube.
Sometimes.
one segment, 3 minutes. Go out there. We got an 8-man tag after this, so you need to hurry up.
Not the international television show. No. YouTube, I guess, which is technically more international, but
This is why LeBron is the demo god. Stuff like this.
significantly less exposed.
But
But
LeBron is killing AEW and NXT.
that was
the
Cinderella tournament, April 29th, 2019.
Fire.
Absolutely incredible.
Fire.
None but respect for all
Way
of these
too
ladies.
Cool. Nothing but respect, especially Tom and Kagetsu. That shit was great.
Not only did they beat the brakes off of each other, but they like the bumps and just like the pacing of their matches, they laying every single strike in like their life depends on it. Nothing but respect. These ladies are talented, and they definitely deserve all the praise, all the shine, all the, you know what I'm saying, all the spotlight that they've been getting,
Right.
because Stardom's like blowing up.
It is, yeah.
Doesn't
And
hurt that Bushiroad owns them now, so they get to work at the Tokyo Dome.
It's also true.
like they deserve it for real.
Top to bottom, everything about this was absolutely just
This
fantastic.
was actually what, like, all in all, this was probably one of the best, like, from beginning to end shows in wrestling I've probably ever seen. Period.
I would agree.
Like, if I were to think about all of the best shows I've ever watched, this is definitely somewhere in the upper rankings for sure.
Yeah, this is for sure one of my favorite shows that I reviewed for the podcast.
Yeah, we had the ECW joint, and then we had this.
Two bangers right in a row.
ECW.
Yeah.
W and Stardom. Where's my crossover? I want
But
Sabu versus Kagetsu. Where's it at?
fucking new champion Mikey Whipwreck versus Tom Nakano.
Yeah. Of a plucky baby face.
Right. So I think that's it, right, guys? Is that the show?
I think
Yeah.
that was the show.
Yeah. So
Man.
thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Thief. You've been
Word.
a wonderful guest.
This is my first podcast, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
this is
hope
my
to see you
debut.
again.
Podcast debut. We just popped your pod cherry.
Bro, don't.
All right,
bruh.
you know what? Let's get the fuck
Bruh.
out of here. I'm already-
All right. So
fuck outta
that
here.
was the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling podcast. You can find the podcast everywhere, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, YouTube. Of course, we uploaded on. You can follow the podcast at TL ProWrest Pod on Twitter. You can leave us a star. You should leave us a. Well, you can and you should leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Follow the boy Andrew at Naenaesama, Naenesama. Check out his Twitch streams. I think that's it. Anything else we got to cover?
That sounds like it. Let's get the fuck out of here before I get fined for not being where I need to be or something.
All right. You got anything you want to say, Thief?
Fuck Matt Riddle. Fuck Will Ospreay.
And fuck B. Priestley. Now let's get out of here.
And that's for true. And on that note, we will see you guys next time.
Later.
Wrestling with the Plot.